What's up, you guys? K-Mac here, and it's like not even 8 a.m. here, and I went out to that garden spot, and there's already people sitting out there. I have no clue how that's even possible. The guy was walking outside alongside me, so I just took a chair and went the floor down and was sitting on like this fucking like 8 by 8 piece of cement. So anyway, to start this video, I watched either this one or part of this one on another some random channel. It just like popped up in like an autoplay or something. It was like a Tophia video though. So this is Tophia Archives video. We'll react to. This is long, so I hope I finish this like before my wife's fully awake. She sleeps pretty late, and because she works late. You know, she can work from home. So she gets to sort of pick her own hours, whereas I don't when I'm working during the year. So anyway, shout out to Santoki who has made it to the big leagues because Tophia is directly calling you out by name now. Shout out to Heinz Bug. Shout out to hang on one second. Sorry, I need to cough. My ribs are still. Sorry. Shout out to the lovely, lovely Tophia archive as always, and shout out to Vocal the Slug Cat. I think you did respond to me asking you to comment on the video about Tophia having her little moment. Her God, what was the term I used for it? Oh yeah, she did an unintentional Rick James bit. She was like, I would never do that just to do that. That's crazy. Yeah, I remember doing that. It was more about her weight instead of the chart. Like the Rick James was like, I'd never grind my shoes in someone's couch. Come on, I got a little bit more sense than that. And 5 seconds later, Rick James. Yeah, I remember grinding my shoes on Eddie Murphy's couch. So he could afford another one. Like that was a Rick James joke, and Tophia did that accidentally, which is
I
amazing.
like minors, then why are you following me?
Anyway, let's get going.
I have
We're up just a
accomplished
little
a
bit.
lot. Even though I'm 32 years old, you know what I accomplished? Waking up today and breathing. This
That's not accomplishing a lot. I know I'm pausing already, but Sophia, that's literally accomplishing the bare minimum. That's the bare minimum of being alive is waking up and breathing. Like there's no lower level than the bare like that's the barest minimum you need to be alive is you need to wake up from your sleep and breathe. I don't
is not Dollar
you
Tree.
live
This
in
is
an iron
Walmart.
lung.
You think I'm stupid?
Oh wow, it's not Dollar Tree, it's
I
Walmart,
am a
you
very
guys.
smart person. Sit
She's really
and
smart.
spin. You're
Sit
gonna
and spin on that middle
end up
finger, you
homeless just
guys.
like me, and you're gonna realize. So I can't donate plasma
Yeah,
to.
we're gonna end up homeless like her. All of us refuse to get jobs. We all refuse to participate in the system, so therefore we will all end up in these homeless shelters. Why is she wearing this shit? This is fucking Winnie the Pooh, guys, on a 33-year-old woman on in a shirt that does not fit her at all. What are we talking about anymore? Like, what are we even looking at anymore? Unbelievable.
Because
I'm already
they said they
pausing
have a
like
hard
this.
time
Like,
finding my
she's wearing a
veins.
Winnie the Pooh t-shirt that doesn't fit her. That looks like it's for my 3-year-old niece. That's something my 3-year-old niece would wear. I'm not even joking. Like, well, I mean, she likes Bluey, I think, more, so I think she'd go the Bluey route, but, like, what the fuck, Tophia? You're 33. You're wearing a
I
fucking
keep
Winnie the
having these
Pooh shirt.
dreams.
Subscribe if you
Oh,
enjoy,
you
please.
keep having
I
these dreams, me triste, me triste. Too pretty, too pretty. Yeah, I had a lot of bad dreams. I had a lot of drug dreams too, especially when I was first getting clean. Go get some praises in, okay? It actually helps with bad dreams. It's a blood pressure medicine, so you probably need it also. But it also has this weird effect on your dreams where you either, well, it will help you, okay, if you're having nightmares all the time. That's all I'll say. And you got
this
heart
is what I
problems
get,
too.
and thank God that I looked
There'll
in
be
my
a
cup.
twofer for you.
I put a Dr. Pepper in the freezer, right?
Wow.
So it could get cold. I
Thank
poured it in
God.
my cup, and I looked in my cup. If I would have took a drink, I would have drunk some ants. I was so mad because I
Wow,
was
you would
thinking
have
of this
drank some
cold
ants. You know, in other parts of the world, they cook and eat bugs.
Dr. Pepper,
You would have swallowed a couple ants. Wow, the end of the world.
and there was
I bet you've never swallowed an ant in your life before,
ants
ever.
swimming in my cup. I was so mad. Anyways,
Also,
there was
why?
ants.
How did you not see that the cup was filled with ants before you dumped an entire glass of soda in there? Sorry when I laugh, guys. It really hurts. But like, because my ribs are just still killing me. Dude, thank God I didn't break any, but they still hurt a lot. Um, like what the fuck? Like what you? How did you not notice the ants until after you filled it up?
Ants in
Whatever.
my cup.
Wasting too much
It's
time
the
pausing
accent.
already.
I don't have an accent. I don't even know why I'm talking. Why am I talking? I'm talking like I have an accent. I don't know why I have accent. I just do. I'm trying to talk normal. I'm southern. I'm just kidding. No. Look at my hair. Coconut and hibiscus, silk protein and neem oil. This stuff smells good.
And you kind of are from
It's
around
nice
here.
smelling.
You
I ate
South
my food too
Southern, but
fast
you're
and
from the
now I do not feel
Southwest.
good. I
I mean,
had a
bordering
basket of
Mexico.
fries
It's literally as south as like state can go, bordering Mexico. So
and some
unless you want to
nuggets
count
with
Florida,
mac sauce.
so past
I needed my nuggets with the mac sauce.
this
I'm
fair Atlantis.
now it's not mommy, it's mom. Oh my god, I'm nobody's mom. It's not a
Thank
craft house.
Christ.
Actually, I was looking at some. I'm not feeling good. I'm not even gonna say. I ate my food too
Don't.
fast because I was hungry. And when it comes to me and the chicken, when I'm craving something, man, I gotta learn to just slow it down. But it was just so good.
What are you, a
Chicken nuggets
pregnant
with the
woman?
mac sauce. Oh
When I'm craving something, I gotta learn to slow down. Yeah, you know how many times I used to say that when I was like doing like 3 lines, like doing like 3 bags in one line. And I just be like, woo, I'm taking it overboard. I only got 7 left. I gotta slow down. And then like 5 minutes later, I'd be doing 2 more bags trying to catch another nod.
have a cheeseburger with mac
Like, what
sauce.
the fuck
Hear
are you
me out.
talking
Cheeseburger
about?
with mac sauce. You can't. Once you go mac sauce,
It's
you can't
literally
go
the
back.
same. It's
I was
literally
gonna
the
say
same.
mac
Just she's
sauce.
getting a
Oh my
worse
god, my
dopamine
stomach is
reward
hurting
than
too.
I did.
Sorry, I
She's
ate
getting a
too
food
much.
dopamine reward.
Now I'm
I was
feeling good because I
getting
ate.
I was getting a dopamine reward just from acquiring the stuff. Like there's a dopamine hit that you get from that because you as soon as you have it in your possession, if you're dope sick, as soon as you get it in your hand, you start feeling this relief. Like it washes over you. I cannot describe it any better. And as soon as you do that first line, if you're sick, you sometimes would throw up. I think I've said this before, but the pleasure and the feeling of going from being sick to being not just well but very high, the rush was so extreme that I would often puke. And for the record, even though I was snorting it, like the drugs take longer than that amount of time to hit you, so they didn't even hit me yet, and I would throw up out of relief. Like the dopamine rewards were insane. Like I was literally getting a dopamine reward so strong before the substances even hit my brain that I was throwing up out of like pleasure. It was unbelievable. It's hard to describe, but just imagine being like as sick as you could be with like the flu, and then imagine there's a magical pill out there that you can take it, it'll make it all go away. And just like imagine you feel awful and just the feeling you get as soon as it's in your hand, let alone as soon as you take it to feel better. It's the only way I can
Ate it
describe
too
it.
fast.
Like
It was
she's
just so
comparing,
delicious.
like
The
she's
mac
making
sauce,
me
the chicken
compare
nuggets, the French fries.
opioid
My
addiction
stomach
to her
hurts. Hold
food
on.
addiction
How
is
can people
so
breathe here?
bad
It's
for her.
gross. I'm
Her
wondering
food
why I'm
addiction is
hot, but my
so
fan is
bad.
facing the wrong way. That would probably make sense. I wish I could get my feet.
If your fan was facing the wrong way, it would still provide tons of convection. It would actually be pulling the hot or whatever the air is near you away. So it would be creating a negative pressure system in front of your face instead of a positive. Generally not as good for
But
hot
I
air,
can't
but
go.
sorry, I'm
I
getting
need
into
to get my
physics and
feet
stuff
treated
again.
again. Ever since
Tophia
I've been
video.
getting
I
them
don't know if
done,
you're hungry.
now I'm used to. I'm sorry, I can't help it. I like the way that they look when they're done. So why? I just went once and now it's only $30. It's not even that bad for everything that they do is $30. There's nothing under there. It just looks like that.
$30, not even that bad, you guys. She made $11 last month, so it would take her 3 months to make the money for this, but it's not that big of a deal. It's not that much money. It's just 3 months of
See,
work.
because it's dark.
3 months of work to get nails done. What are we doing here, guys? Like, what is this? How is this a real person?
This part's darker colors. So
How has she survived? Do you know what's crazy? Is like not even 150 years ago, this chick would have drank snake oil to cure her ills and stood behind a mule and got kicked in the head. Like modern science is crazy. She talks about all those surgeries she needed when she was like 5 and shit. Yeah, modern medicine's crazy. Imagine Tophia 150 years ago. Like
so
the
when you
state of health she'd be in then. Like her teeth would be fucking falling out. I would be in terrible shape too, so I would have been a fucking opium addict my whole life. So like until I got clean. But like, I mean, like her shit would be falling apart. Her hair would be like. It looks like she's from like Red Dead Redemption 2, like in the middle of the way, or like Red Dead Redemption, like from the middle of the fucking. Like when you find like a side mission in the middle of the desert, some guy with like shabby ass clothes looks like he's been crawling around the desert for a week. Her hair looks like she's been in the desert for a
You see
week.
that? So I see there's nothing.
Wow, dude. You know how, by the way, I think that long nails are like one of the ugliest like beauty standards to come out in the past few years. You guys ever see the WAP video of Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion? And Megan Thee Stallion has on those fingernails that are like fucking 12 inches long with little whips at the end of them. That's some of the most disgusting thing I've ever. It's like I'm so grossed out by nails like that. It's so gross. Even like these are like a little bit too much for me. Like the nail, like these aren't quite as bad. Like the nails, Valentina, The Sopranos
This
videos I'm
side.
talking about. Like that's just
I was
gross.
really trying to watch that show, but then I fell asleep.
And these are
I've been
like
exhausted trying to
slightly
stay
under
awake. I forgot to
grosser
tell you the
because they're
story of I
not
was
as long.
targeted at one of the
But they're
places that
probably
I said.
not as long just
So a
because you
shirt
couldn't
that I have
afford
with the
it.
Mickey on it, white shirt with all the Mickeys. Man, I'm so sad because my shirt's gone.
She's so sad that she lost a Mickey Mouse shirt at age 33, guys. You know, if I lost a Mickey Mouse shirt at age 33, I think I'd just buy another. I know it's not the same shirt, doesn't have the same memories, but you know, if I wanted a Mickey Mouse shirt that bad, I'd buy one.
Well, what happened was that
Sophia, why don't you, instead of telling us this long-winded story about what happened to the shirt, just go buy another one? Oh wait, you make $11 a month,
somebody
so it
put
would
something
take to buy a Disney shirt. That sounds like it would take you 10 to
on
12
my shirt
months.
and stomped on it and put it on my bed.
That's another fucking. That's some more Charlie Murphy shit right there. What is going on? This is more Rick James. Fuck yo shirt, player. Fuck yo shirt. Fuck yo shirt, Tophia. Fuck yo shirt. I made sure I didn't say the word, you guys.
Which
I
I
made
I
sure.
have my thoughts on who it was, but
She has her
I thought
thoughts
it
on it.
wasn't
She doesn't even know who it was, so she doesn't even know if this happened. So she's just making this
someone that
up,
was a worker. But
actually.
I don't know why they did it. They were mad at me for something. But
Gee,
they
I wonder why they're mad at Tophia, someone else living in a shelter with her. Huh. I wonder if I've said in any of my previous videos why she would piss off
stomped
other
on my
people living
shirt,
in a
and
shelter.
then they put some yellow stains all over it. So this one lady that I knew there, I asked her because she's real good with getting stains out, if she could help get the stains out. And when I was in a rush to go to the new place because they were
That's
telling
some
me I had
like
to leave
prison
because my time
hustle
was up,
economy right
I
there.
forgot to get the
She's
shirt
like, I
put
knew
on,
she could
and
fix it for
that's the
like
one
two
that I think
soups.
passed away and isn't.
Again, I'm lucky I never did time in prison, but I did do probation, and I know people that did time in prison ranging from a year to 7 long ones in Dan Mora for one of my best friends. So, you know, she sounds like she's talking about prison, which, you know, they're not that far off some of these homeless shelters because I've said this before. Frequently, a lot of addicts and people straight out of prison or jail will end up there before they can get their footing, you know, before they can get their footing on the ground. So a lot of the people there don't put up with no shit. They don't like being touched. They don't like being around people sometimes, depending on how long they were inside. They're a criminal. They have criminal behavior. Not all of them, mind you. This is just a smaller percent, a small percentage. You know, let's say 1 out of 4, right, is either from prison or was an addict. Actually, if we included both, it'd probably be close to like 1 out of 3, maybe higher. But let's just say 1 out of 3, right? So 1 out of 3 people is sick of Tophia's shit and blowing up their spot by filming outside all the time where they get picked up to go score from.
To
Like,
answer me,
why is this so
but I'm
confusing?
sad because I don't know if she's okay. That's sad. I hope she's okay. But so she was getting the stain out of the shirt, and then I said, "Oh, I'll meet you and get the shirt," but we never met up because she wanted to meet and go to lunch. And I was like, "Oh, we can meet for some lunch. That would be nice." Oh, she didn't. She messaged me. That was last year when they damaged the shirt.
A homeless person you went to repair a shirt also gave you free food?
But the last time we talked was November of last year.
Okay.
She sent me like this long message, and basically she sent me this long message and said, "Take care of your mom. Your mom's lucky to have you. You're a really strong person for what you're going through." Because at the shelter and online, she saw some things at the shelter, and I ain't gotta lie. I have a witness, right? Can I get a witness? I'm just kidding, but I have a witness.
Show some receipts. Get your witness on one of your live streams that you do every single day. So I don't know why it would be so hard to message up this other homeless woman unless she's not like you and actually found a job and is trying to work. But you should be able to call this person up and just ask them. You talk all the time about dropping receipts. You dropped one receipt one time. Vokals said it best. Like it was fucking nonsense. I said it in my video too. You dropped a single receipt. It was a screenshot of 4 people saying no, ew, that's gross, get out of here. You were saying that they were inviting someone in the Discord, then you showed a screenshot of them all reacting extremely negatively to the person you claimed that they invited. Like it was some sort of big trap that you caught them in. Like, you see, guys, you see what I showed you here? They really did want a minor in there. And like all of their messages, the 4 messages she has are all like them saying, get the fuck out of here. It's so fucking,
This, and
that's a
she
funny
sent me
one.
like long
And
message.
that's
I
what she's
replied
talked
back,
like
and then I messaged
similarly.
her, which it hasn't been seen. Now
Ah,
she could have
okay.
changed her number, but usually people will reach back out and be like, "Hey, I changed my number."
Not always. That's not true at all. My dealer, since I didn't, my last dealer, I'll say, since I like didn't call him for over a year because to get clean, like you have to basically change all your friends, you have to change everything. So like I couldn't be around the student anymore at all. Obviously, he was the one telling me heroin. So like I just had to stop answering. Eventually, he stopped calling me, because he knew I wasn't buying anymore. So
Whatever the case.
that's not true at all. And I have plenty of people I used to be friends with that I was like, in high school, right? Or like college, or like even in my early 20s that I don't speak to at all anymore. And it's not like I've called every one of them up and been like, hey, I got your phone number. In fact, most of them don't know. The only ones that would know are the ones I speak to with any regularity, which is maybe like 12 people.
But I sent her a message
Like
like,
you don't
"Hey,
call up the 100 people on your old phone and say, "Hey, I got your number." If you do it, most people send a text, a mass text message. But
how are you
what
doing?"
would Tophia
And
know about
then I said,
actual
"Can we
social
talk?" And I
interactions?
don't know. I'm sad because she had a heart condition. She was dying from a heart condition. What could you do? And she doesn't have family. Like her mom, she said her mom's still living. So I don't know if her mom was notified. Her mom wouldn't tell anyone. Her mom's was she was abusive. So, anyways, yeah. So
I
she
like how
doesn't have
Sophia
anybody to
pretended to
notify
whisper
someone
that word,
if
but still
something
said it as
happens. They go through her
loudly as
contacts and be like,
possible.
"Hey." So I wouldn't know.
Good
I don't
job,
know.
Sophia.
I know it. She would
So I would know, I don't know.
message back right.
She's the only one that can say shit like this. Her and Donald Trump. She hates on Trump so much, she talks so much like him with the double speak and the fucking exaggerations and the hyperbole and saying, that's never happened before. Well, except for that one time it happened, but that's never happened before. That's what she said about her storage. I've never been late on it once. Well, except for that time I was just late on it last month, but I've never been late on it. Like, who else could get away with
She
that
would
shit?
text me back right away. It's not one of those, oh, she
Sorry, I'm
ghosted me.
typing
No,
stuff.
she
I was like, I
answers
gotta
me right
not
away
pause.
because she was helping me with the lawyer for social media. So she was helping me with a lot of things. But I just was seeing how she was doing. We were supposed to go to lunch. We didn't go to lunch. I feel bad.
She was helping you with all of these things, so instead of staying in contact with her, you fell out of contact with her, called her a single time, made plans to go eat, and then didn't follow through with them. That's your story? Okay, I'm shocked that she didn't help
I just thought
reach out
about
to
that and now
help
I got
more.
sad. We do
Hey,
know
what?
that whatever she did to the police, I was
Moron.
not there. There's two different
Unbelievable.
charges, and actually the guy punched her in the face. So are you defending men punching people for no reason? I'm not talking about the case because I don't know if it's
It's a really good Ralph the Movie Maker quote about the original Suicide Squad where Batman punches Harley Quinn in the face, like just literally fucking cold punches her right in the face
still an
underwater.
ongoing case.
And he made a really funny comment. He's like, this movie normally sucks, but I'm going to give it a point because you don't see women get punched in the face enough in movies in 2020.
She was supposed to
Such
go
a
to
funny
court to see
quote.
if she's going to prison.
Because it
So
is
why?
just a straight, like you watch the film, and when they're underwater and he's catching her, she wakes up and he literally just fucking cold cocks her right in the middle of the face, like breaks her nose
Why would I
essentially.
talk about something that's
So
happened?
fucking
You
funny.
weren't even there
Knocks
to
her
know the whole
out, knocks
situation.
her out
She told me
underwater
the
too, so she can
situation.
be drowned and
Nothing,
shit.
no
So
matter what. Closing a door should not
so funny,
enrage a
Batman
man to
just
punch you in the face for
whack.
closing the door. Now you're
What do
making
you
up
think about
something
that?
else.
I should
The
talk about
Discord said
closing the
that
door.
too. I got
Shut up.
screenshots of what the Discord says, so we're not here for that. We're listening to music. Why do people come in here and automatically start being negative? Like I said, if you guys carry negativity with you,
Because you're
just burn
negative.
some
Sophia,
sage
what are you
and just
talking about? Do you think that they come here to a well of positivity, but they still are negative in spite of it? How dumb are you? They're negative because you're negative. Everything you say is negative. You've said nothing positive about anyone or anything in the past however many minutes we've
just
watched.
do
8 minutes.
this.
You've
I'm not
said not a
showing
single good
screenshots.
thing about
I already
anything.
showed screenshots. Why would I
Except
show
that you're
screenshots of
making
something they
sure
posted in the
was nice
Discord?
and it got ruined.
They're
That's the
posting a
only thing
black
you said
person's
that was
record.
like
They're
even
talking about someone that
remotely
has mental
positive.
health problems. They're the ones that are saying that
Once
person
again, you're
is
talking about
violent
mental
and a
health
danger
problems,
to people. How would you
race
know?
problems,
If that
every
person was a
problem in the
danger to
world. No
people, how come
solution
I
to
didn't
any
feel a
of them,
danger?
and nothing
I
positive
was
to
not
say
in
about
danger
any.
when I was around that person. No.
Nothing positive to be like, you know what? Even though there is a lot of racism in the world, it's really nice to see that, like, on an individual level or at like a local community level, the racism tends to disappear. That'd be something nice to say, you know?
Was
What's
anybody
Tophia
else?
gonna say
If
instead?
that was the case, they would have not had her where she was at.
Or if that's not true, say the opposite. Say, I really wish that that were the case because that's how you start eliminating things like racism and stuff like that. Do you know what eliminated racism in huge part in this country? Was rock and roll music. So when rock and roll music first came out, I learned this shit from a PhD or a doctorate. I guess they had a doctorate because they weren't a like they weren't a medical doctor, but they were a doctor of philosophy and history. And they said that. Sorry, hang on one second. I'm gonna cough. Sorry, guys. So they said that one thing that helped end like segregation and bigotry that was happening at the time was rock and roll music because it was only sold in black record stores. So what ended up happening is that young white people that were interested in it, they would have to go into black-owned record stores and interact with black people there. And it actually that more than even stuff that happened after it because when something like that happens, it's a natural interaction with these people, which eventually, if it becomes natural enough to someone, it normalizes it and they realize they're just a human too. They're just here working their job. They go in there every day, see that they're normal, just like they are. Maybe they think their own disgusting private thoughts about what they do at home, but at least you're functionally not a racist, you know? And that changed a lot because young people who get in on the ground floor, stuff like that, you know, young people today who are like pro rights for tons of different people and stuff, like the younger you get into that, generally, the better it is for you. Like the younger you get into not being a racist, the better that is for you versus the younger racism gets into you. Like there's a great book written by an ex-skinhead named TJ Layden, and it's making sense of senseless violence, I think, or something. Hang on one second, I'm gonna look up. I had to read this for a criminology class today. So Skinhead Skin Confessions from Hate to Hope, and then the other one was the other textbook was Making Sense of Senseless Murder or Making Sense of Senseless Hate or something like that, written by the professor. But TJ Layton, who's an ex-skinhead, and he talks about how
If she was a danger to other people,
he
feeling
talks
danger.
about how
I was not in.
I sort of lost my train of thought there. He talks about, you know, like what sucked him into the life and what kept him there, and a lot of it was loneliness for the most part and no family, and a lot of that shit is like what Tophia says, and it always makes me wonder if she's gonna fall into like some sort of cult or some shit like that, you know? Like
Danger when I was
I
around that
sort of
person,
forgot my
nor was
original
anybody
point with
else.
TJ Layton. I'm
If that was the
sorry
case, they would have
if
not
you missed
had her
out
where
on
she
that.
was at.
But
If she was a danger to
it's a
other
good
people,
book to read
she would have not
if you
been where she
wanna.
was at. I'm
Oh,
just
it's because
saying.
we were talking
Some
about
of you guys
racism.
want
I
to
was giving
call
an
black
example
people
of
violent, and
racism,
especially
someone
people with
becoming
mental
less
illness
racist, I
violent.
guess.
And then
I'm
you want to
sorry.
come on here and
Yeah,
say
he
that. Don't
changed.
put
He
words into
totally
my mouth
changed.
because that's what you said
And
in
he
the
said if,
Discord when you
if
posted
it's his
someone's police
goal
record that
to,
was
you
black.
know,
You
get as
posted
many
my dad's
people
police
as
record
the
and
life
he's
is
black.
good for you,
Why don't
because
you ever
you're
post
the
a white
higher
person's police
level
record?
one.
You never do that. That is
Like not
proof
super high
that you
level,
don't
but
post
mid
any other
management type
person's police
style, you
record
know,
except a
where
black
like he was
person. If
responsible
you
for
want to go see,
recruiting
just
in
go in the
certain
Discord and
areas,
see.
but
They
not
privatized their
important enough
Discord.
where he could
If they
speak whatever the
wasn't
fuck he
doing what they
wanted.
wasn't supposed to, they wouldn't have made
But
their
he had
Discord
enough
private.
power behind
Why are
him
you
where he
hiding? Why are
was
you scared?
very
I'm just listening to
respected and
music and
feared
you're bringing up
and
someone's record. I would not be friends with someone that's a murderer. Liar. I'm not a liar. I wouldn't be friends with someone that murdered somebody. Hello.
that totally depends on the condition. And I said in the last video, this is a very like unpopular take, but I'll give it anyway because it's my take. I think that if you've done decades in prison and you're no longer the same person that went to prison, that you've changed so much that effectively the person that committed the crime is now dead and you're a different person. So like let's say someone goes to prison at 18 and they're like a super hardened gang member, and 30 years later they've earned like like three bachelor's degrees. They haven't gotten into a single incident in the facility in 10 plus years, and they do nothing but positive activities at that point. If you've been doing that shit for 10 years, like you're a different person than you were 10 years ago. And that's true, by the way, of people not even in prison. Think about who you were 10 years ago and who you are now and who you think you'll be 10 years from now. Usually not the same person. 10 years ago, 35, 25, like I was in the mid, like that was probably right in the worst part of my opioid addiction, or maybe right after the worst point. Like I'm not sure. Opanos was definitely the worst point. The oxymorphone, even worse than the heroin. That shit was crazy, like powerful. If you guys don't know what Opana or oxymorphone is, Google it because that shit was wild. It was better than dilaudid or hydromorphone or whatever you want to call that. I mean, I guess I never did that in a shot, but like, damn. Sorry, I'm
Bro,
going
are
on. I
you?
always end up going
I've
off
already said
topic
this
on that
because it's
shit
experience with my dad.
because
People that
it's
have mental
related to
health issues
her
and
and
that
the
are
shit
not on
that's
their
going on
medication
around her.
have run-ins with the police a lot.
Yeah,
Trust
they
me, my
do.
dad's been
Why did
having
you
run-ins with the
lower his
police since he's not on his
medication from
medication. When he's
what
on
the
his medication,
doctor
he doesn't
had
have
him?
run-ins with the police.
Yeah, me
That's
neither. That's totally true. I said that before. I'm on my medications. I'm totally fine. I'm a normal person.
from experience. And if you're going to talk about people that have mental illness, at least share some information because you don't know nothing. You just love to talk about people and claim that these people are violent. Not all mentally ill people are violent.
I've
My
shared a
dad's
ton
not
of information
violent.
on this
He's
channel
never
about
hurt or
mental
harmed anyone.
illness.
He
I've
probably
never made a
lashed
claim
out at
single
police
time
because
that
he was
mentally
angry.
ill
He does not
people
like
are
the police or the government
inherently
in general when he's
violent
on
or
his
by their
medication.
nature violent
But some of
because
you
that
guys
would
want to
imply
claim that you
I'm
care
by
about
my
mental
nature
health,
violent and
but
I'm
you're
one of the
sharing
least
someone's
violent people you.
information
I
that
almost
has
got
mental
punched in
health
the
issues.
face and did
How do
nothing
you
about
think
it.
that's going to affect them if
Okay?
they see that?
You show
It seems
me
that you're
someone else
calling
that
them a
turns the
violent
other
person.
cheek and I'm gonna
You
give a
ever just
fucking,
think,
you know,
no, you just don't
big
think
Christian,
that's
but
crazy.
I just
You're
turned the
ruining
other
people's
cheek. Like,
mental health,
okay, whatever,
and then
dude.
you
Like,
talk about how
fuck
you
off.
don't do
Like,
that and you don't want to take
I'm just
accountability.
leaving. Like,
All I'm doing is just playing
you
music,
want to
and then
sucker punch me
all
in
of
the
a sudden
face and
people
I'll
just
leave.
want to ruin. We ain't even gonna get into
Sophia's
it.
never
You're
been hit
ruining.
in the face once. I've been hit in the face more than once. That time was a sucker punch where we just turned around and left. It's like, what a loser, dude. You just fucking he literally sucker punched me like from behind while we were talking to someone he was with. It was crazy. This guy was so drunk he thought we were different people. Like it was that was crazy. And then another time, I got punched in the face. I really deserved that time. I actually got my head put through a fucking wall that time, and I definitely deserved that one. So.
People's mental health.
Tophia has deserved her head going through a piece of drywall at least once, since she
And
has
then
some
you talk about
experience
how
with.
you
So
don't do that and you don't want to take accountability. All I'm doing
yeah,
is just
that's
playing
what we
music, and
talk
then
about,
all
Tophia.
of a
How
sudden people
we
just
don't
want to
take
ruin. We ain't
accountability.
even gonna get into that.
Sorry, guys, I gotta
Well,
stop
obviously
pausing.
people do give a F because if they didn't, they wouldn't be bringing it up. People that don't care don't bring something up. They care about things. That's why they bring it up. If you're talking about something, you care about it. You can't say you don't care and then you brought it up. That doesn't make no sense.
Sophia, you
Then
do
don't
that
bring
shit
it up.
all the time. You bring shit up all the time, and you're like, "Well, I don't really care about that," or you bring shit up just to be a
Act
performative,
like you
like,
don't care. Don't say anything
just
about
to
it.
be
Then you don't care.
performative and
I've been
virtue
having these
signal
weird
about shit.
dreams.
So
Every
you do
time I
this,
go to
you
sleep,
do
I
that
have a
all the
dream.
time. You do it
Some of them
literally
I
all the
slightly
time.
remember, some of them I don't. I
You
keep having
couldn't
this
do it
one dream that I'm
anymore if
trapped
you
in this place that's
actively
like
were
a
trying
orphanage
to. Like,
type thing, and they tell me that I can't leave or go anywhere. And when I finally escape, I just run or I escape. Sometimes it's like
what a
the
crazy
dreams. It's
story.
like
They said I
either they
can't
tell me, "Oh, I
leave, and
can
I
go somewhere," so then I
left.
just
And oh
escape,
my God, what a
or one
crazy
of those
experience.
where I just pack up what I can and I leave behind a lot of bags of clothing because I can't take everything because I gotta rush because I don't.
Wow, you leave behind bags of clothing in a dream? That's crazy. What a deep thinker and dreamer Tophia is. Her dream is about leaving clothes in a bags behind her. She doesn't have any deep philosophical dreams or like, make her question reality or anything. Her dream is that she had to abandon some bags of ratty ass clothing. That's her nightmare. What is going on, you guys?
Crazy. Sounds
What
like
planet are
something
we
that we
on?
had today. Concentration camps. Now you can log off.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like a
Months.
con.
I don't need haters in
Guys,
here. If you want to be a
I gotta
hater,
stop
go drink
pausing
the
because
haterade with the other
it's gonna take
haters.
forever. But are you kidding me?
That's uncalled for. Why are you
Haterade?
in here being a hater? Telling me
Dude,
log off is
nobody
not
is.
gonna make me block you.
Nobody
If you just
hates.
want to get blocked, you don't have
Okay,
to
that's
do
not
it.
true. They
And
hate
you
on me
think
for
telling
rage
me
baiting.
log off is gonna make
It,
me mad? I'm just gonna
it's
ignore you
not.
and
It's
just
not
tune
going.
out to my music
Things don't
and
go the
answer
way you
other
think they will,
questions.
Sophia.
Try
Ever.
harder.
I'm just
I'm
telling
not
you that
living out of a
ever.
car. They do fit. What are you even talking about? This fits. Instead of worrying about if my clothes
Oh my God, someone brought it up and she actually reacted to it. Sophia, that doesn't fit. You're out of your
fit, why
mind.
don't you worry
Tell me what size that shirt is, and then we'll know if it fits or not.
about yourself?
Come on, like I'm not out there wearing smalls when I'm fucking 13 pounds overweight. You know what I mean? I'm grabbing larges right now, okay?
Got it good. I factory reset all my devices
Helps
from
that
being
I'm kind of
planet
tall
Earth.
too. I'm not
What? That
above
literally
average
makes
height.
no
Not
sense.
not as
Leave
tall as my
planet Earth.
dad
No
or
one
my uncle, but
cares. People have the
not
stupidest
short.
insults. It's not funny.
Not 5'11".
You don't eat.
It says 6 on my
I
driver's
think my
license.
plane
It's
in
probably
traffic is
5'11".
better. Thank you for liking. Can we, like, spam the likes? My hair is fine. Instead of telling me to fix my hair, fix your face. Thank you. I haven't listened to BTS' new album, to be honest with you. There's a
Unlike your hair, which is solidified in some sort of weird form, like state of matter that we can't define, they at least can get surgery to fix their
A lot
face.
of controversy around it and around
How are you gonna
BTS.
fix
If you're
that
gonna
shit,
insult
Sophia? That
someone, type
requires like a
properly. I
biological
already said why I
hazmat
type
suit. Are you
incorrectly.
kidding me?
But you got
Look
no
at her
issues. You
hair,
got no
dude.
problems
Look
why
at
you
that.
type
Hang on. I just
controversy
want to
around it
rewind this.
and
Look
around
at
BTS.
this.
If you're gonna insult
Right?
someone,
Look at that. Guys. Are,
type properly. I already
what are
said
we
why
what is
I
going
type
on?
incorrectly. But you
What are
got
we
no
even
issues.
talking
You got
about?
no problems why you type incorrectly. That's gross.
What?
Why do you make comments like that? Why are we even
Piss you
talking
off
about
and
this
rage
girl and
bait.
even giving her clout? She literally was
You're
talking
the
to
one
a
doing
minor.
it.
I heard what she told this minor.
You're the one
That's
who brought them
disgusting.
up and was
A
giving them
16-year-old
clout. I
girl.
don't know why are we
That's
talking about
big.
them. I
She
have no
literally
idea
was
who you're
talking
even
to this
talking
girl.
about.
When are we gonna meet
Sophia
up?
always talks about all these fucking other creators, all these other people, as if everyone who watches her every second knows who the fuck. I still don't know who Shorty Bay is. I refuse to Google them. No fucking idea. Who are you even talking about?
And then saying,
With this
you don't know
fucking
what I'm gonna do to
ratty
you when you
ass,
get here.
matted ass hair. That looks like when my cat was 19 and she couldn't clean herself anymore, and she was so old that if we took her to the cleaners, it probably would have caused her to die. She was literally 19. The cat was like decrepit, you know? Like, oh, that's not true. She could still move, but the cat was 19 and her fur looked
It
like
was
that because
gross.
she just
And
couldn't
then
clean
she was
herself.
like, what are you gonna do
Fuck.
to me? And then I was just like,
Sophia's hair is
someone
like
sent me
that
the
as a
video. Voice
human
messages
being
got out. He literally
who
was
lives
talking to this
inside
minor and
and
said,
knows how to clean
literally on the
themselves.
phone, she was like,
And they're not, if a cat's 19, what's that in human years? Like almost 100? You're not almost 100 to the point where you can't walk to the bathroom and shower.
you don't know what.
Or you'll be an asshole like me and slip in the shower like for the first time ever and bust up your ribs and your wrists and your arm and all that shit. Maybe that'll happen.
I'm gonna do to you when you
Either
get down.
way, you need to fucking clean that hair. Don't even stick your whole body in the shower then. Just stick your fucking head in there, Tophia. You need to clean that shit. It's fucking disgusting. I know that women like to wear like shower caps and stuff so that they don't have to redo their hair all the time, but Sophia, that shit is
Down
long
here,
overdue.
I'm gonna do things
I'm
to you
sorry
that
I'm
you've never
pausing
had done
you
to you
guys.
before. Something
I really don't
like
want
that.
to. That's fucking
Obviously,
disgusting.
that's a minor. That's
Well, that's a
gross.
two for one.
When
That's
you
not too
come
bad.
down
I think
here,
if I
we're
stop
gonna
pausing so much,
cuddle.
I'm
All
gonna
this
get
stuff.
it
I'm
close
just
to a
like,
streak too.
bruh, how old are you? And this is Candy, by the way, talking to a 16-year-old girl through voice chats. You guys could crack all the jokes you want, but her preference is minors. So what? People can make a joke that my preference is grandmothers, but at least well, not
Nobody makes a joke that your preference is grandmothers. Everyone makes a joke that your preference is teenage Asians.
not grandmothers.
I love how you left that part out. 'Cause nobody, literally nobody mocks you for the grandma thing. Nobody ever says anything about that, ever. This is the first time I've ever heard someone mock you about that. I have, however, heard many people tag you for Asian teen
Older women,
pornography.
but at least I'm not into
Like,
minors, so there's that.
no, you're just into people that are adjacent to being minors. You're just into like 16 and 18-year-old
That's
Asian
gross.
men.
Really talking to a 16-year-old telling them, oh,
I hope
planning
someone
to
brings that
meet
up and
up.
tags
I
her.
heard the voice
Like,
messages
fuck you,
because they sent
Tophia.
the
God,
video. They were like,
she
look, this
sucks
is what
so
Candy did. I was like,
bad.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know
How I
nothing.
don't know. It's like
First
a
of all, how would I be in
miracle
the same
how
boat? I don't like minors. And considering the
one
fact
person
that
can
if
suck
you
so
think I
much.
like
Should be
minors, then why are you
studied in a
following me?
laboratory. That's a quote from
I will
someone. I
never
can't
understand
remember.
people that just believe lies and then come in here and be following me. I wouldn't follow somebody that does that. Weird.
What?
And people, and I
You
didn't even admit
do.
to anything, but it's so weird. If you think
Yes,
that,
you
then why
do.
are you
You follow them so you can see everything that they say and respond to it in your videos, thinking it'll make you a buck when you made $11.
following me? I already told people my
What
preference,
the
and you still assume I like
fuck are you
people
talking
underage.
about?
How does that make sense? Guys, I'm not talking about Candy. I really don't care. Anytime I talk about someone, people go to them and it's like, oh, she's talking about you. And you even go to people that I don't even know and tell them I'm talking, or that,
You
oh,
literally, okay,
she's
yeah,
talking
no, it must be the other Candy that's live streaming talking about the same, talking to the same underage people, right? Must be the other one.
about you because you want to start stuff for no reason. I don't know who these
You're the one starting stuff. You're the one who brought up her name and said what she does and said that she's into minors. That's a very serious accusation, Miss Teenage Asians.
people
Like,
are.
what the
Some of
fuck?
them. You did that
Wow, I
with,
wonder
what's her
why
name,
someone would get
Tampa
mad
Baby,
at
or
you saying
whoever
that
she
to
was.
them.
And then she came in my
It's
comments. Leave
crazy.
me alone. You literally said you wanted to come down here and fight me for no reason. I don't know why you're
It wasn't for no reason. It's been all this shit you've been talking. It's not no reason, Tophia. She fucking said, let's throw down. I remember this person now. I don't remember their fucking name, but I remember Tophia acting all big and tough, and this person was literally saying, let's fucking throw down. Like I forget the exact term they used, but like let's see who's really like. I'll go with the Dave Chappelle line. Let's see who's really hood, bitch. Like
You're so mad
you know,
that I said you're trying
yeah.
to be
Let's
a
see how
black woman.
hood you
I
really
don't
are,
get why these
Tophia, when you get into a
influencers
fight.
get so angry over the truth. Y'all
These
literally love to pick
influencers
and
aren't you?
choose who
Don't
do
you consider
you
yourself an
allow to
influencer?
get some
So you
sort
do this
of
too.
we're at
What's
1,000
up with all these
people.
influencers who
I don't
do
know why
this,
you
like
guys get so
Tophia?
mad or you allow people to get away with doing certain things, right? Oh, all of a sudden black people could be racist, but it's okay for non-black.
Not that I actually believe Michael Jackson did anything, but the fact that she just said that when she brags and rants about Michael Jackson and these other celebrities that did like allegedly did horrible things. I personally don't believe Michael Jackson did anything like wrong with his. I believe he's a fucking weirdo. I believe maybe he like slept in the same bed as them because he's fucking like Peter Pan syndrome adult weird motherfucker who had more money than he knew what to do with. Like you buy a zoo when you're like 12, you know, you're like, oh, I got $50 million, I'll buy a zoo. He did that shit as an
People
adult,
to
so.
pretend to be
But
black
I don't
and
believe
then go
that. But
online and make
even if
money.
it, let's say he did like that, like you're someone that like defends him to the end, like regardless of any evidence against him. I haven't ignored all the evidence. I just think it leans more one way than the other, in my opinion.
Profit off of
But I'm not a
pretending to be
fucking judge
black.
or
Wearing
jury,
grills
judge and
is not
jury
an
here. It's
aesthetics.
just
They
my opinion.
cultural appropriate. They wear our hairstyles, but they don't
They
want our
call it what?
problems. And some of y'all
Your problems, your hairstyle, our hairstyles, our stuff, our problems. What? I always ask this, Tophia, what problems have you personally experienced as a result of looking like a person of color? I'm not even gonna say you are a person of color, because who the fuck knows what you are? Your mom looks white as fuck. Your dad looks like either Spanish or black. He looks more like the black type of Spanish, like dark Spanish.
are
But
Hispanic people that have
I
your
don't
own
even know what the
problems.
fuck you are.
You
Like,
know what it's like to be treated like
and
others.
Slidell is not a fucking Hispanic. Like, you know
Other
what I
you.
mean? Like, what?
They other
Like,
you. So why
I don't
would you
know.
go and do that and turn
They
to
other
another
you
race? It's so crazy.
and turn into another. What about the white people who pretended to be black people? Because there's several professors and there's a PhD or a doctorate woman who did that shit. She was head of African American studies at a fairly large college before they found out she wasn't black. So it goes both ways. What the fuck is wrong?
You pick and
She's
choose
so ignorant.
who you like and who you don't like,
So
and you
fucking
accept
ignorant.
it. So I
Yeah,
guess
that's
cultural
called forming
appropriation
a
is
clique.
acceptable. I guess people can act and talk black and use AAB, and they don't have to be held
Use
accountable.
AA. I
Coming
don't
at
know what
someone
that
and telling
is.
someone you want to
I don't
fight
know
them
African American AAB or I think maybe AAC, African American culture.
because they're telling you the truth is crazy. You are not a black woman, so why are you trying to fight? As if you're trying to act like you're a black woman. Black women
I
don't
guess
fight people for no reason. If
yeah,
something
sure.
happens
I've never
and
seen
you
that
got
sort of
hit by a
warrior
black
just
woman,
do
it's
or anything.
because
And by the way, that applies to white women too. White women do fight for no reason too, especially those in trailer
you
parks.
made them do something to hit you.
Like, what are you
That's not
talking
what black
about?
women do. They don't just
You're
go
such a
around and just
racist.
randomly start fighting someone.
Some
If you're
people
gonna
do.
act
Some
black, you
white
ain't even
people
doing
do
it
that
right,
too.
and don't
Some
even act
Asian
black at
people do
all. It's
that.
just weird.
Some
You're
Korean,
acting black and you're acting
South
black
American people
wrong,
do that.
and
Some
you're not even
European
acting like
people do that.
yourself, and
Some
then you get
Ukrainian
mad.
people,
I don't understand
Russians
why people go run
might
and
do
tell people I
that.
talk about them. It's the truth. The truth hurts. Some people want to act big, bad, and tough
Yeah,
online, and this doesn't even go to her. This goes to
that's
someone
what
else.
people
Being
are mad about.
homophobic.
God, I'm
Oh, so
stretching.
it's okay
Hurts my
for
ribs
other
so
people to
bad.
be
Like trying to
homophobic,
bend
animal abusers,
my
and let their
like
son use the N
backwards.
word, but no one wants to say anything because they love the
Because it
craziness. They
doesn't
think they're
matter
being
and it's
real.
not
Everyone
happening
loves to
on the
ass,
scale.
kiss,
It's
get on
either not
camera
happening on the scale that you're talking about, because I have no idea what she's talking about. All these influencers dropping N-bombs and stuff. I have no clue who she's referring to. If she's talking about like influencers like her with like 20 viewers, I couldn't give two shits less than I give about her, you know? Like, who
let's
fucking
be with that
cares?
one.
That's a
It's always what
nobody.
people love to
It's a
pick and choose. I
nobody.
just be sitting here listening to music,
It's like
and all of
saying
a
like,
sudden
oh,
you want to be
Ash
negative in my
Trevino.
comments.
Like,
Then they
she's
go
a
be running
fucking
to people
nobody.
telling
Who
people, hey, she's
cares?
talking about you. I'm not trying to fight
So
anyone. I
irrelevant.
don't come online here
So
to talk
irrelevant.
about people to fight
Like
people.
so
You can fight
irrelevant.
the air. I'm not fighting you. Last time she came in here, she said she wanted to fight me. What is this? I'm not doing no boxing matches. I'm not fighting nobody.
I would have loved it if she had said like, "What is this, middle school?" Because to you, Sophia, everything's middle
I'm not
school.
getting in the
You're
ring.
wearing a
That's not how
Winnie
that
the Pooh
works.
shirt that you had
We need
to
to be adults,
justify
and
saying
you
it's
need to
big
admit
enough
to your
for you.
wrongs and just
Sophia,
take
you can
accountability
count
for
your
your actions instead
folds
of
in
just
this
trying to fight
shirt.
somebody.
When you can
I already
count
have enough
individual
problems. I don't need you
folds
as
of
another
fat in a shirt, it's
character that's
too
going to be
small.
forgotten. like
Look,
Rochula
we got
and all the
one,
other insignificant
got one
people that
little
don't
guy right
matter
here.
anymore.
We got a little guy under
That's
them.
why half of them ain't
Then
even
we got the
active on
big
here because
guy
they
here,
got
and then
run
we
off
got
the
the
internet.
second big
The
guy
thing is,
there,
when
and
you
that's all
mess
I
with
can
someone,
see.
you end up having your own
Yeah, it's
problems,
too
and
small
your
of a
account
shirt.
gets messed with. And
Sorry,
I'm
I
not
just
telling
like
people to
got off her
report your account and
topic,
take it
but
down. What I'm
her
saying is, you
topic
need to
is
be
just the
careful what you do
same. She's
online.
been
People
ranting about
think that they
other
don't need to be
creators that
careful.
aren't her,
Every
even though
person has
she
had
does stuff
something
that's
put
just
out
as
about
bad,
them
if
since
not
trying
worse.
to expose me, and it hasn't looked good for them.
No,
Facebook
it
wants
has.
to claim
Sophia,
that they
you're a
ain't no
moron.
bad person, whatever, and
If you
they
think
are to
that
literally become,
you are you're so stupid if you think that any of this PR, any of this shit has been going your way.
what do you call it? One
You're
of
just
those
dumb.
cosplayers. Oh, now you're joining the cosplay
You're just
community?
dumb. You know,
Crazy. A
like
lot
you're
of the
just
problematic people become part of the
factually
cosplay
stupid.
community. Holy key. Who said that? There's a lot of people in the cosplay community that are. And to be honest with you, Space Kitten, y'all defended her, but she's lied on someone before. There's a whole video that came up on YouTube
Once again,
where
I
she
don't know who
accused
Space
someone of
Kitten is,
stealing
and I don't
artwork,
care about
and then
this.
when it was proven that they didn't steal the artwork,
So
Space
what?
Kitten never
Do you know how many
apologized.
false
It's just
accusations
so
you've
crazy
made
how people love to
against
pick and
people?
choose who and
Sophia, do you
what
know how
they
much
allow on
shit
this
you've talked
app.
about people
It's
that
just so
ended up being
crazy. Why do
total
you
lies and
like?
just
Some of y'all
completely
literally don't
non-factual
even
or
know. I just like to argue with
factually
people. No, they like
incorrect?
to argue
Like,
with me. Nobody
you're
cares about Tampa Bay. Yes, you may get a bunch of gift points and all that, but if you're portraying a black person and if you're
you're
not
right,
being
nobody
yourself,
cares.
of
Like,
course
so
you're gonna
why
get
are
gift
you still
points for
talking
being
about it?
controversial. Controversial
What are you
people make
talking
money.
about?
That's why people literally rage bait because they know it makes them money. Who
Oh, she
cares about
finally
the
used
people
the
that you're
word
hurting
rage
if you're
bait right, but she still doesn't understand what it is, but she doesn't realize that they rage bait her all the time.
making money?
She's
That's
such a
weird,
moron.
right? People don't care about how what they say affects other people
Yes,
because
they
they could care
do.
less because they're making all this money. What
That's
does
not
my
true at
lip
all.
syncs have
Not
to do
every.
with making people
You
pissed off? All
probably
of a
are
sudden I do
guilty
a
of
lip
that
sync,
more than the
people are
people
pissed
you're
off saying you
criticizing
haven't
right now.
changed, you're
Because
never
you
gonna
don't give
change,
a
you're not,
fuck who
you're the
gives you
same
money. You
person.
take
What
money
the?
from
I'm just
Timu.
making lip
You
sync
like
videos. Why?
talk all this shit about slavery and shit that's happened before. You want to talk about Timu and the fucking slave labor that goes into making those products? Yeah, shut
Does
the
that
fuck
bother
up.
you? If
Why
you are
does it
so
bother
mad at
you
that,
that
then you
you're
need to
getting
go seek
paid
some
by a
therapy.
company that uses
I talk to a
slave labor?
therapist. You go talk to
Oh,
a
it doesn't.
therapist.
You take their money
Some of
and
y'all need some
sing their
therapy.
praises.
Just
You
make a piss real
fucking
quick at a
hypocrite.
therapist office and see a therapist.
Unbelievable.
You know what? You need
I
to be
told
an
you guys
adult
I'd be
and
kind of
accept that
pissed
you need
off
to get your
today. I'm
life
in an
together.
extra bit of
You don't know
pain,
if I'm
and
getting my life together.
early
Me
in the
doing lip
morning,
sync videos has
this
nothing to do with not getting my life
my
together. I
garden
can
was
do social
taken.
media and still worry about my
I
housing.
stole a
You're
chair,
mad because
and
I
I
won't
kind
get
of
the job
tripped
you want me
carrying the
to get.
chair, hit my roof
I'm just
again.
listening to music and trying to keep things positive.
All
You
she's
need
doing
to
is
figure
listening
out
to
what is
music,
wrong
keeping
in your
things
life and get it
positive, you guys.
together. Because
She's done nothing but be positive this entire stream. I can like feel the
you don't have your life
positivity
together. You're in
radiating
here
through the
telling
screen, you
someone to
guys.
get their
I'm
life
feeling
together,
so
but
much
you're
more
in here.
calm and
I
better
wouldn't
and
be worried
confident
about
about
someone and telling
myself.
them they need to get their life together. See, I have a life that I need to live. We may not live up to 100 years. Like that song says, when you only got
Why
100
does she keep?
years to live,
She said this before that she. Oh my God, does she think that because there's a song that says because you've only got 100 years to live that everyone lives to 100? Because I made comments about her saying this all the time. Like, why do you keep thinking you're gonna live to 100? Is that literally why she thinks that? Because a song says it? You guys, is this the level she's operating on? That's why she thinks 100 years? Sophia, the average life expectancy in the United States is about 76 years for between men and women. I think maybe 78 for women, 76 for men, but maybe that. Either way, it's around 77, we'll say average. So,
I only got one life to live, and I'm
what
going
the
to
fuck
enjoy
are you
my life.
talking
I'm not
about
going to sit
100
here
years? You're
telling someone constantly
33.
to get a
You're
job. That
essentially
means you
halfway
don't have a
through your
job, you
life.
don't have a life, you don't have anything. If you're
You're
sitting in
essentially
here
halfway through,
constantly
Sophia.
telling
So am
people
I. I'm
that you have
35.
nothing better to do than to
I'm
go
about
online
three
and go
years
in someone's
through.
life and tell
I'm
them to get a
about
job,
3 years
is
away
that the
from
highlight of your
halfway.
day? What did you do today? Oh, I went into someone's life and told them to get a job. Is that what you tell your friends?
Fuck
Because you don't
yeah.
have no
It's
friends, all your
about
friends are
you.
online. Granted, I have
No,
a
my
lot of
friends
friends
definitely aren't
online,
only online.
sadly. I have
It's
friends in
usually
real
the
life
opposite,
too,
actually. I have
but it's
very
just so
few
crazy.
online friends and
What do you tell your
just
parents you do all day? Get online
no
and tell
time
someone to
like
get a
gaming
job?
or anything
Is
like
that
that.
what you explain to your parents? Oh, what did you do today? Well, I went in this girl's live and told her to get a
Well,
job.
you
You sure
see,
as heck wouldn't
the
tell.
reason that most people don't have to say that to their parents when they're making fun of you is because they're doing it from their house and their mom doesn't live with them, so their mom doesn't ask them how their day was because they're not 12 years old coming home from school. Again, she's such a child. She thinks that, oh, how was your day? Son, oh, it was great, mom and dad. I know I'm 33, but I had a great day at school today. Someone was a little mean to me, and I also said some mean things to other people.
Tell your parents
Can you
that.
guys like
Just be
call their
happy.
moms
They
for
say, "What do
me
you
and
do for
ask
a
them,
living?" "Oh, I'm a
tell them
child
that I
for a living. That's what I
apologize, so that
do."
I
I
can
tell
like
people to go
still
get a
play
job and call
Pokemon
them
cards with
ugly.
them tomorrow?
Wow,
Thank you,
I
mom.
so want to be a
Thank you, dad.
troll. It's true. I'll be back. Just greedy. Who said I was greedy? I have accomplished a lot. Even though I'm 32 years old, you know what I accomplished? Waking up today and breathing. What do you think accomplishment means? Having loads of money and being rich? Doing what
No,
society
I don't
tells
think
you?
I
Why do we
don't
want to
think
go
that's what an
living for a little
accomplishment
paycheck?
is.
You don't
But to
even make
claim that waking up and breathing is an accomplishment, you can make that claim when you're at like the bottom of the blackest of holes, like when you're at your rock bottom. When I've hit rock bottom before, I have been grateful to wake up some days. I'm grateful I'm still alive after the one time I OD'd. Like it's a miracle I'm even still here making this fucking video. It's crazy that I'm still alive after all these things that have happened to me in my life. Like Tophia, you're not fucking unique snowflake because of that shit. I've had really bad shit happen to me too. Like I don't know what else you want people to say.
a living wage, but you want to work for a job that
I do work though. What do you mean I don't?
literally the
What do you mean I
CEO makes
don't
more
want to
money
make a
than you.
living? Like
I don't
I
want
don't
to
have a
work for
C.
some.
I keep explaining this every video. I don't know why I'm pausing for it again. I don't work for a CEO. I work for a school district. A school board and superintendent and a principal. Those are my
Man,
bosses.
I don't ever want to work for someone.
And she's such a child. How does she not
Look,
even
America's
realize
economy is
that?
so effed up. Nobody can afford anything.
That's
Ready to
actually,
keep
well,
out of the
okay,
country and go
depending on
live
what
in
type
other
of economy you're
places.
talking
I
about.
know
I'm not
someone
even gonna
that
get
went.
into like
They got
her ranting about how
invited to
much she knows
something for
about
TikTok.
stocks and shit
It was in
because she knows
Indonesia,
nothing
and they
about
just
them
decided
because
to
the
stay there and live there.
market's pretty
TikTok
much been
sent
doing
them there
better
on a
than it
trip,
ever
and they
has
said, "You
been.
know what? I'll just
In
stay
my
here now.
opinion, that's because
I'm not
of
even gonna go back." Isn't that
specific
wild?
policies that Donald Trump
It's
has
so
enacted
crazy.
to
People
make the
leave the
market look
country
better
because
than
they
it
can't
actually
afford to live
is,
here.
and we
And you're
are in for a
telling
major
me,
recession, but
someone
she has no fucking
who
idea what she's
you don't
talking
want
about.
to get up and go to a 9 to 5 job to go
No
work
idea what she's
when
talking
you
about.
don't want to
Nine
get
to
up and
five
go
job
go
shit
work.
ever.
I never
She has no idea
understood
what it
that.
means.
Said I was complaining about leaving. That's
Once
not
again,
complaining
I
about
work a
leaving.
job, Sophia. I
You
don't
missed the
make
whole point of
billions for
why
a
I said what I
CEO. In
said.
fact,
Some
the
of y'all
job I
really ain't
work operates
listening,
at a
and that's a
loss.
problem that you need to work
We
on and pay
operate from
attention.
taxes, so every year our
Because
fucking
the whole
money
point of
gets
what I was
cut
saying
from
was not
taxes.
because I'm complaining that people are leaving.
So like a
The
job
whole
I
point
work
of
at
that
is
is,
teaching
why are you
children, trying to make
suggesting
them
to
into
someone to do
adults, and it's
something
a job that's
that isn't
actively
going
losing
to help them
like
live? First of all,
revenue,
I don't know how many
or it's
times
not
people have to
really
tell
revenue,
you.
but like
People will call the
tax
job to
base
cause them to get fired.
revenue, you
That's
could
not
call
even the
it.
least of my problems. I'm not going to a job to go live in a homeless shelter.
Here's her
Having a
ranting
job
at
does
me
not
about
give
having
you
a
a place
job.
to live because you have to make 3 times the rent. I'm not going to be
What are
able
you
to afford
talking?
a place to live.
Where is she getting this 3 times the rent from? Where did she hear this number? What, like, I've never heard that before. Unless she's talking about like first month, last month security deposit. If that's what she means by 3 months, yeah, but Sophia, you gotta get, what are you gonna do if you never get to that point? You're just gonna live in a homeless shelter? I mean, that is what she's gonna do. She's just gonna live in shelters. If she never plans on doing
And
it, that's
work a
her
nine to
plan,
five
right? Living
job.
in
It's
shelters
just not
forever,
happening.
going intense
One
forever.
post, do you know that there are content creators that one post makes them $30,000? Why would I want to do?
She
Why
said
would I
this
want to
before
do work
too.
when
She's
one
like, oh, there
post,
are
one
content creators
video,
out there that
I'll
make
get paid
30 grand a
30K?
post.
Like that
I'm out
is
here.
so
I'm on
dumb to tell
Temu getting
someone
paid.
to
You
do.
think I'm
So
gonna
I'm not
settle for
going to
some
be
shit
struggling
job
working
where I'm not
living
making
paycheck to
30
paycheck.
grand
I
a
want to enjoy my
post?
life. I want to
She's
go
such
see
a
other
fucking,
states.
she's
Probably
so
not to come to
delusional about
America,
like
but I want to
essentially
travel.
winning
I
the
want to do
lottery.
things. I won't be able to
She thinks
travel
that
and do
she's gonna
anything
be
if
an
I'm stuck to a
influencer that
job.
makes 30
Some of
grand a
y'all really
post
don't know. Some of y'all,
when she
you
made
only get paying attention to do
$11 the
things
last
you're
month of
miserable
social
about.
media that
You
she's
don't like your
throwing
life,
down.
so you want someone to
Yeah,
make
you're
life
so
better for
close to
you.
that
You're
30
not
grand
taking
per
me down
post,
with you, like I
Sophia.
said.
What's your
I'm pushing you
CTF?
up
I
the
bet it's
goalposts.
crazy.
You're hanging
Maybe
on,
that's why
trying
Timu
to
gives
take
you a
someone
whole
with you.
800
It's
bucks
just so
a
weird.
month.
This is not Dollar Tree. This is Walmart. I
Wouldn't
got
even
you
be
some
10
Walmart.
grand a
I'm so
year.
tired. I am.
800
Who
bucks a
said I
month.
should want to get my life together? Having a job does not get your life together.
Yes,
Having
it
a job
does.
makes your life worse. Who
No, it
said I want to
doesn't.
go work for someone and make them money?
Okay,
That does not mean you're getting your
as
life.
someone in recovery, a job, especially like a decent job, adds a huge amount of stability to your life. It allows you to meet and mingle with other humans, so you interact with them in normal environments. It does a lot of beneficial things for you, other than just work to make money. So, but what would she
Together.
know about
You
that?
must
She's
be
never had
crazy.
a
People have
job.
a job and still don't have
How
their
would she
life
know
together.
that?
You don't even know the
How
concept
would
of
she know
life.
that?
What does life mean to you? Getting a job and working until you pass away? You
No,
have
that's not what
no
life means
strive
to
or
me.
meaning
Life
in life.
means
If you had a
to
meaning in life, you
a
wouldn't be
lot of
telling
different
someone to get a
things. That's
job.
part of
You
it,
even know
though.
no one knows what the
Well, you
meaning
want to
of
be
life
you
is.
want when you die,
What
you
does
want
life
people
mean
to
to you?
say
Doing what
at
society
your
tells you to do,
funeral, you
being
want them
of
to
the
say,
world
well,
to a certain
she did
extent. The
nothing and
world
she was a
tells you to go
leech
get
on
a job and
society.
work till you're
That would
tired.
be your
Do you know that people,
Ubuli right
mothers
now,
have
Sophia.
babies and
Your
then have to go back to
Ubuli
work
at
and miss out on
your
their child's first steps, miss out on their child's
funeral would
first
be
words,
she was a leech
spending
on
8 hours a day
society and
at a
died
job,
doing
not being
nothing.
able to see their children because their
That's
house
how
won't
you
cook
would be
food,
remembered
go to
right
bed,
now.
they're tired.
Ranting
They
about
can't
how,
even
adults
spend any
can't
time
afford
with their
their
children because
children
they
on
gotta go to
living
sleep to
wage,
get
blah,
up
blah,
early to
blah. They
do it
need
all again,
five
to go to a
jobs,
job,
blah,
be
blah,
a
blah.
robot.
They can only
We
care
as
for
in
kids if
cogs,
they're
if
a
you will,
robot working
repeat the
five
cycle
jobs and
and do
they're
it
just,
all over
feeding
again
into the
and
system
go from
and
one
they'll never
place
break
to
free of the
another
matrix.
and take
And,
the same route
she's
every single day, never
more
changing their
enlightened and
route.
wiser than
Always doing
everyone,
the
so
same thing
she's
every single day,
chosen to live
standing
in a
for eight
homeless
hours,
shelter, making
going
no
home, having
money,
to
getting
clean,
picked
cook,
on,
do all the
getting
dishes,
bullied
throw the trash,
online,
do all
getting
of that
bullied
to
in real
repeat
life,
and
being
repeat
kicked
the
out of
cycle
homeless
again,
shelters,
not
living in
having any
tents,
time
living on the
to
street,
spend
looking
time with
like
their
she's from the
children
movie fucking
because the only
Dune.
time they can spend time is
And I
on their
don't
day
mean
off, but
like
on their days off
Baron.
they're
Well,
so
I do
tired
mean the
they need
Baron
to catch up on
also,
their sleep,
especially
so they
that upper
sleep
right
instead
corner
of
of
doing
Tophia
anything because
archive,
like, oh,
but
now I have
more
time
like
to
she's
sleep
been
all day
living in the
because I
desert for
know
fucking.
come the next day I'm
It
gonna have
looks
to get
like
up
she was
early
like been
and do
in.
it all
It looks
over
like
again.
she's been in like
Imagine
the
doing the
Saudi
mundane
Arabian
stuff and
desert
doing it over
for
and over and
three
over again. It
weeks
gets
for
boring.
hair.
I can't do
It's
something over and over
insane.
again. When I was a sandwich maker at Dunkin's, I hated it because
Wow.
you
When
make the
I had
same
that
sandwiches over and over
one,
again, especially when you
when
have
when
regulars.
I was a
Doing the
sandwich
same thing over
maker
again is
for
so boring.
like
It's so mundane. Like I
less
don't
than
even like it,
3 months
and
at
you don't even
Dunkin',
like it, but you're
let
telling
me
someone to
tell
do
you
something you don't like.
hey you guys, I was a sandwich maker for less than 12 weeks. Let me explain how working a job works to you guys. Let me explain how jobs work to you guys. I was once a sandwich maker at Dunkin' Donuts. Was it Dunkin' Donuts? Yeah, I know she worked at Dunkin' Donuts, but you made sandwiches there? What? Do you mean like breakfast sandwich? Okay, we'll just assume that she means breakfast sandwiches because I don't remember ever going into Dunkin' Donuts and ordering a ham and Swiss sandwich. But whatever. She was a sandwich maker at Dunkin' Donuts, so let's hear what she has to say about the workforce and working. Like the
Again.
environment of work.
Imagine doing the mundane stuff and doing it over and over and over again. It gets boring. I
I do
can't
do
do something
mundane
over and
stuff,
over again.
and
When
I
I was
do
a
it over
sandwich
and over
maker
and
at
over again. It
Dunkin's,
actually
I
lets me
hated it
like
because you make the same
listen to
sandwiches
shit
over
on
and
my
over again.
phone at work.
Especially when you have
Like Tophia
regulars, doing the
Archive,
same thing over again is so boring. It's so
do
mundane.
whatever
Like
I
you
want
don't
while I'm
even like
working.
it, and
Like
you
lets
don't
me
even
study
like
for
it, but
my
you're
night
telling someone to do
classes.
something you don't like.
Repetitive
No, I
shit,
said
but
I
I don't
could get free
pay too
samples
much
for
attention
nails,
to
but
it.
it's just that thing that I was in now. I'm requesting free samples for things, but I could request free samples.
She's talking about the Amazon. She didn't even name it. She's like the thing I'm in. I could request free samples for things. So there is this program with Amazon where they will send you free shit in exchange for reviews. I know that because I signed up for it. Because they sent me an email one day because I leave an okay amount of reviews and my mom does too. We share an account and my wife. And so I leave the most reviews though. So one day they sent me a message. They're like, "Hey, we noticed you leave a lot of reviews. If you reviewed products that we sent you, would you take them?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And so they're like, "Okay, here's the section of items. Pick whatever you want from here, and we'll send it to you, and you write a review about it, and you'll get to keep it." So I'm like, "Okay, cool." And I'm like, maybe there's some interesting shit in here. It's like a 1982 Oldsmobile Alero lug nut. Like it's like the most random, useless shit you could ever need in your life. And the only way you'd find anything useful on there is if you literally have no job and have nothing better to do than just sit there and refresh that page. And I bet even doing that, you won't be as fast as the bots that steal the good shit. But
Request
it was
something
all like the
else.
most random
It's just that I'm
bullshit,
looking,
like
and I
that
have
lug
it
nut
because
or
I've been
like a
working
fucking
on other
like
things that are important. I like
I don't know,
looking neat and
like
clean.
a
Nails might not be a
rack or like a
necessity to you, but
Toyota
for me to look
Highlander or
nice,
something, like a
if I
roof
want to
rack.
look
Like
nice,
it's
I
just the
will.
most random shit.
It's
Like
not that much money. ten
that costs
dollars or
nothing
whatever I
too. It
pay
was
for
like
these nails
a
is not going to pay rent for a house.
it was just like
Don't
the
stop being
cheapest
stupid.
garbage
Called
shit that you would
saving.
never need.
It's
Like
called you sound
metal
stupid as fuck
bracket
and you're getting
replacement
blocked. Saving is
54227.
you're stupid
Like
as fuck.
I
Let's say
mean, it
you
was
save
really
money to
crazy
pay rent.
stupid. Like,
I'm gonna pay rent for 1 month, but what am I gonna do about the next month? And plus, when you get it, when you first get a place, they want first and last month's rent. I have no way to prove that I have income.
yeah, that's a huge problem that everyone's been telling you for like 5 years now. Gee, it's crazy that she all of a sudden,
I could tell
wow,
them that I made the money from online, but if I'm not consistently making that, why would I want to
which you're not.
put myself in a position to go somewhere knowing that I can't afford to live there?
Oh my God, Sophia. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Why would I move somewhere that I know that the next month I'm not going to be able to afford to live? Setting
I don't know,
someone up
maybe so that you're not in a homeless shelter and you could get a job while you're there and fucking work and pay for it. Like,
for an eviction is stupid. You think I'm
forget
stupid?
it. Huh.
I am a very smart person.
Can someone like flip this and make a YTMNT out of it? An old school "You're the man now" dog out of this clip. I'm gonna timestamp this on my stream. This is taking way too long yet. I'm sorry, this is already double time. This is fucking getting marked for sure. What time is this on my stream? 55, 54, 30, 30. Amazing. Just gonna rewind that one time. Play one second.
Why would I move somewhere that I know that the next month I'm not going to be able to afford to live? Setting someone up for an eviction is stupid. You think I'm stupid? I am a very smart person.
We think Tophia is stupid. She's a very smart person, guys. Not just smart, very smart.
You're not trying to put me in a position where
God, my wife
my
is
life is a secure
already. I was
life.
hoping to be
You
done
think I'm
with this
stupid and I'm gonna
before.
listen to you because
So
you
slow,
think because I
Tophia.
have a learning
Can you just
disability
talk? Did
that
it
I'm
stop? Did
to the
it
point
slow
where I don't
back
understand
down?
what you're saying because you think I can read.
No.
I'm not
So,
stupid and I can read. You really
you know,
think
just being able to read doesn't mean you're not an idiot. Like, what are you talking about? There's plenty of really stupid people that can read, and there's plenty of people that can't read that aren't stupid.
I'm that big of an idiot that I
But she's the
don't know
ableist
what
here.
you're trying to do. That's stupid.
Like, that's
Tell
such
these
bull.
places, right?
Like, what a
Oh, I
fucked up
saved
thing to
money for
say.
the rent.
Oh, you
They're
know,
gonna look at you
only
like you're stupid.
non-stupid
Well,
people.
where's
Like,
the
you
income
know,
gonna come from for you to be
if you
able to
can
live
write,
here?
you're
I
automatically
don't
an
have proof
idiot,
that
and if
I'm
you
making
can't
enough
read and write, you're an idiot.
money
That's
to
essentially
literally
her
live at that
black and white
place.
environment.
Some of y'all really need to slow it down and really pay attention to what the
Yeah,
world
we need to slow it down, miss. What am I going to do? How am I going to pay for my $500,000 house, my car insurance, my property taxes? You jump to all these guns like it's all going to happen at once for you. You
is
crazy.
doing to
You're
you.
insane.
Ever since Trump
You're
got in
insane.
office, the
She's
economy is
insane, you
more
guys.
fucked up
I
than
might
it
split
ever
this
is
into two
before.
parts right now, just
And
to
you want to sit here talking
like at
about you want me to
halfway,
work
just
for someone
to go see what my
that
wife is up
literally
to
does
and
not
enjoy
even.
later.
I'm not gonna make
I'll
someone
end it
else
probably
money
right around
anymore.
here.
I'm tired
I'll
of
do
someone
halfway.
getting rich off of me
I just
while
want to
I
split
work
this
for
one just
them
so I
and they
can
ain't paying me a
go
living wage.
back inside and
I'm
put more
tired
ice
of
on my
making
ribs,
someone else
honestly.
money while I'm the one that's
Or maybe I'll
struggling.
record this and the
Nobody
other
should
one
be
I'll
having
join
to
them. I
work
don't
a
know. I
12
do
hour
want to
job
release this so
and go
that it
sleep
goes
on the
out
street
sooner so
outside
people can see
in a
it.
tent because they can't afford to live. Telling somebody if they get a job they'll have a secure place is
Please give my
stupid
wife has a look,
considering the
but
amount of people I've seen on
my
TikTok
ribs are still
who
too
work
fucked
jobs
to
and
like go
sleep
do
in a
anything
car. That
golf
does
with
not
that.
make no sense to me how they're
Yeah,
working a
it's
job and
fucked up.
sleeping in a car. But you want to say that does not exist. If you
Nobody
had a
wants to
job,
say
you
that.
wouldn't have to worry about that. I'm watching people struggle because you
Oh my
think struggle does
God.
not exist because you don't see it.
Oh my God. Yes, we know people in homeless shelters struggle. I have been very specific about how I know the particulars of that better than most people. Not just because I knew people living in them, but because I also knew people working at them. So no, I know that. You're not some fucking smart genius. You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about.
People can't even afford to live, eat. They're
You
dying.
keep saying that. What does that mean? People can't afford to live. Are they dead? If they're alive, it means they can afford to be alive. Sophia, you made $11. You're somehow alive. So clearly you can afford to live. You can't afford to live the way you want. You can't get to do whatever you want because you have such. She loves ranting about not having a boss. I don't have to answer nobody. I'm not making anyone else money but myself. She has a million bosses in her life. She has the shelter boss. She has her benefits boss. She has like a million people telling her what to do. Where she essentially might as well be a prisoner. Like they might as well be telling her when to cough, like squat and cough. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable. Like
Because they're starving because they can't afford
I,
to eat because the cost of food's gone up and if
what are
you
you
work
so
you
what
don't
what are
qualify for
you
food
do
stamps
what are you doing about it, Tophia? Yeah, it has gone up a lot. What are you doing to help with that? What are you doing?
because you make too much and if you
Besides
make
complain about it.
too much they're
All
just
she
going to
does
give
is
you thirty
complain about
dollars in
people who
food
make too
stamps and who
much
wants to
and
apply for $30
should
in food
do
stamps?
it
It's crazy.
or
I
something.
don't think there's anything going on. I don't think the world has an issue because I don't see it. Everyone wants to sit here and do what the government tells you to do.
She just said she doesn't think the world has issues, but then she's also ranting against the government about her extreme paranoia about the government forcing you to do things like work a job. That's crazy. The government's forcing you to work a job and make money. The government. Yeah, the ones that give out money for welfare, that just give people money for when they don't work, they're really pushing hard for it. And I told you they kind of do. Like when I got Medicaid and shit, I had to prove I was either working 40 hours a week or searching for work. I know that's probably a requirement for SNAP and shit where Tophia is, which is why she doesn't get food stamps, is what I would bet. Because she can't even prove that shit, that she's looking for work 40 hours a week or working in any capacity.
You could
That's why she doesn't get food stamps, you guys. Because again, as someone that's been on them, had to get them, been denied them before, like had to reapply, like been through all the stages, had to come on, then came off them, didn't get them anymore, can't get them anymore.
be
Like
rich, but
I
you
know
choose
it's
not to.
like
And you know why? Because why is there
so
only
such
1% of
bullshit.
rich
Just
people?
bullshit.
Why can't we be rich? Why can't we have all
She
the
always
money
uses this 1% of people are rich. That's not true. 1% of people are ultra rich. In terms of like just rich, like rich where you don't have to worry about money, that
that
percentage
they
is
have? Because
much
they don't
higher.
want you to. They want you to fight other poor people instead of fighting the rich.
That's true,
About
but
that
again, it's
data
like she
center that they're
sprinkles
trying to
a
build in New
nugget of
Mexico,
truth in
this
every now
guy
and then.
came up and I blocked him and literally was talking about the data center and said, oh, the data center is not trying to take clean drinking water. When we think of data centers, we think of them
What? Why is some stranger talking to you about data centers? What are you talking about?
trying to take clean drinking
What the fuck do you know about a data center? My background's information technology. I'm getting a degree in computer info systems. What the fuck do you know about any of that, Sophia? Like, what do you know about the cooling loop and how it functions? Like, what are you talking
water.
about?
That's not the case. They use evaporated water from the
They
air.
do. They use condensed steam cooling pipe. They don't use water-filled pipes like old ass radiators. They use steam.
And
It's just like a steam turbine. But shit, yeah, explain a turbine. Like, what the
basically, the
fuck am I even
evaporated
talking
water
about, you
from
guys?
the
Explain a
air
turbine to Sophia. I
helps
might as
to
well be trying to
run
explain it to a
the
giraffe
data center because
with the
we're
way you're
lying to
hairless.
you. We want to sell you this lie because we want you to
Sophia,
believe that
you use data centers like crazy. You're all over fucking AI. You're all over the internet. You are addicted to social media. You're on it 24/7. I think someone said they saw your phone screen once and it was like 24 hours. My phone screen is crazy because I always have YouTube playing. If you took out YouTube, my phone screen would be like maybe, I don't know, 2 hours a day. If you
the
had
data
YouTube, that'd
centers
be
are
even slower.
good. They're not taking your clean drinking water. Forget the fact that the Rio Grande is dry. Like the brand has
The
no
Rio
water in it.
Grande, the Rio Grande from the Spanish lady who claims that she could speak Spanish, who hails from New Mexico. The Rio Grande.
Of course, the Rio
Rio
Grandes are
Grande?
making we come to take your data center and put it here. That's a
Unbelievable. Rio
logical
Grande.
thing, right? That's very logical. It's all about, okay,
That's
that's
the reason I
smart.
was
Put a
trying
big
to.
old data
That was
center in
like
the
a
desert.
stupid ass
You
laugh
need
for me too, but
gallons
it's
and
like
gallons of drinking
it just
water.
came out and
And
it
you
hurts
think
to
the
laugh,
logical
so
thing
it
to do is put a
wasn't
data
my
center in
normal
the
laugh.
desert?
But man,
They're
that
not
was
putting a
fucking
data
funny.
center because they're trying to save the people.
No
They don't
shit.
care about
They're
you.
doing it there to make money, just like everything else.
They're trying to wipe everyone out.
Unless you're like me
That's
and work a civil
genocide.
service
People are
job,
going to
which
be
Sophia
running.
doesn't think
If they put that
exists.
data center
So
here, people are just going to be running
in
to the store
Sophia's
because
mind,
their space is
everything is
sold out.
money, or it's
Because what are you
either
going
a
to do at that
win-lose.
point? Your drinking
There's
water is
it's a
brown.
zero-sum
Have you
game in
seen other
Sophia's mind.
states that have data centers in their states? Their drinking water is brown. Who wants to drink water like that? Mind
What do
you,
you
New
talk?
Jersey.
Show me an example of that because I do agree that there are problems with data centers. I actually think water is one of the fewest problems most data centers have because a lot of them can be adapted very easily for saltwater cooling loops. If you separate the loops the way like a nuclear reactor does, so you have like the loop with the steam already present in it, like the regular type of water, right? The non-corrosive water, the non-salt water, right? And you have that run through a loop like when I say loop, I mean pipes, a whole loop system, whatever is in that loop system. And then you have it exchange heat with another pipe system that's running corrosive water, like salt water next to it. And then you're only releasing hotter salt water back into the ocean. You're not using fresh. You're not. You might be using fresh water in those circumstances to refill the first loop, but usually the first loop again is like condensed steam or something like that, where you don't really need to refill it for a while or need to do anything with it. But here I go trying to explain gas laws, thermodynamics, what's Navier-Stokes equations, and other type of shit to Tophia. Like,
Water, if it
what is
comes from
wrong
the
with
river,
me? What is
don't
wrong
even
with
get in the
me?
river. Was someone told me don't even get in the river. So I guess apparently the flushing of the toilets, you poop and you pee and all of that goes into the Rio Grande River and it floats up to the top. They sift it out or something. I don't
What are
know
you
what it is
talking
that they
about?
do, but there's like
I don't know what it is they do, but they sift it out, and here's everything that they do.
And the river. The river is just filled with sewage waste,
Yeah, no
toilet waste.
shit. A lot of rivers we
Like
dump
heard
our
that and I was
sewage
like,
into. A lot of those lines are old though, unless you live somewhere like Texas where they're still dumping sewage into rivers like that because you guys are disgusting in Texas and New Mexico and all those fucking states. You guys disgust me as human beings, a lot of you guys. So not everyone there, but all you fucking rednecks down there, go fuck yourselves. I don't care.
debate us. What do you mean debate? I'm not debating anybody because first of all, calling someone fat and ugly is not a debate. What are you
That's
gonna come
not
in
the
here and
debate
call
they
me
want to have with
stupid?
you. They want to
That's not
debate
a
the data
debate.
centers with you.
If you're not pulling up facts, then you're not debating. I don't debate, so
You didn't pull up a single fact. You
why are you
just,
trying to debate me? Go debate Parker. Go
Sophia,
debate Dean. Go
you didn't
debate
bring
all
up a
those other
single
people. Don't
fact just
debate
now.
me. I don't do debates. If you want to debate, then that means you're defending a data center. Like, why would
Yeah,
you be
that's the point of debating. They would be defending it, you would be against it. That's where the debate is from. It's not them calling you ugly or insulting you. That's called the debate, where they have positions that they argue for, you have positions you argue for, and then you argue against the other person's positions to try and win the debate. And by the way, the fact that we call debates like winners and losers, like winning debate teams and losing debate teams in high schools and stuff is probably a reason why we're so fucking polarized now because instead of it just being about like learning and like bettering yourself and okay, this debate actually taught me X, Y, and Z, it just became about winning or losing. And that's why you have people like fucking Turbo Loser Destiny who became popular and the people that did the same shit on the other side of the aisle as him, all those fucking turbo debate losers, Destiny, Tim Pool, all those fucking twats, like Alex Jones, all of them. Fuck them all.
defending data centers? They're taking the
That's
drinking
how
water away
debates
from
work.
people. They found out how to do it, and you want to sit here and say debate me
You
for
mean they
what? Nothing I
found
said
out
was
how to do
wrong.
it? They didn't like find anything out. They went to the water treatment center where the water is produced and said, "We want to set up a pipe that gives us X amount of water every day." That's what they did. They didn't hide. They don't sneak these pipes into the water system, Sophia. They don't hide this shit. It's not like it's a surprise. Well, it's like
If you
surprise a
debate me
data
and you
center
agree with that
sprang up
stuff, you be
overnight like
over
a
here
fucking
defending the craziest stuff.
mushroom.
I'm
Like,
just
what are you
listening to
fucking
you then.
talking
Do
about?
you even know what a debate is? Do you even know what I don't
It
debate.
sounds like you don't because I just explained
I'm
it
not
very
scared to
clearly.
debate. My page is not a debate page. Where does
But
it
you
say
just said you're not
debate
scared to
on my
debate and then you would
page?
do
I
it.
don't debate people. My life is not
You just
debating.
said you're not
My
scared to do it
financial
and then you would do it.
literacy, that's not a debate. Don't you have a
Your
mansion with
financial literacy? What does that have to do with data centers? By the way, she has no financial. Sorry, she almost saved up $400 once when she was in high school, 13 years ago. So she's very financially illiterate. Yeah, she almost saved an entire $400 when she was younger. That's crazy and entitles her to know more than me, who has probably liquid right now, 15 grand, I don't know, 20.
your 9 to 5 job? Why aren't you the
You
1% of
know,
the rich? Since you
and I
work a
and
9
I
to 5
make
job, since you
jack
think
and
you know
shit
everything,
for
and
pay.
you probably got your college degree and you everything,
Oh
enlighten
yeah,
us.
no.
We would like to know. Because I'm watching people struggle.
Who
I'm
are
not
you
being
watching
so
struggle? Other people in the homeless shelter? And by the way, you're not constantly watching them struggle because they are constantly coming and leaving. So there are constantly people making it past them through the struggle and leaving the
messed
shelter.
up people have to leave the
God, I've had
country
to pause
just
so
to go
much.
live
I
outside
hate
the
you guys.
country,
So
and no
I'm
one's
gonna
getting
skip
mad
this one again.
at that.
Or pause it.
Why should
Then
anyone
it'll take a
have to
while for
leave
this
a
to
place
go
that
up.
they're at for a better life?
I'd
And
rather
trust me,
this one go up
I don't
first.
see any
I'm
issues with that. I
sick
would if
of
I could. There are
this is the
places that even
longest
pay you to
video
live
I've
there.
already done.
They pay you to live there. Italy
Like
pays
if
you
I
to
get
live there.
to halfway, like
But the thing
45,
is,
my
a lot
video
of
is
rich
only,
people are moving to these
an hour
countries
15. That's close
where
to
it
3 to 2.
raises the
So
taxes and it raises the living for people,
she
and
has no
then
idea what she's
it
talking
makes it
about.
more expensive for the locals who are
Raises the
native to
taxes.
that land to
It
have to
maybe
pay more. And
raises
they tell people, hey,
utilities. It
stop
has
coming
been
here,
raising
stop living
utilities, in
here, do
particular
not move here
electricity.
because it's raising the
She's
taxes and
talking
everything.
all this shit about water. She hasn't brought up the cost of electricity going up once because of these data centers and how much they use. So how competitive it's become to pay for electricity. Because a company like that can pay a lot more than an average person, meaning they're gonna either sell it to them or charge you more.
Raising the
Why
cost of
talk
living.
about why talk about one of the biggest issues people have with data centers when you just talk about the
And
water?
these are rich people who have houses every freaking where. They have a
Yeah,
beach
every
house in
freaking
Miami. They
where.
have a house in Hawaii. They have a house in Puerto.
I've got the jelly school in line. Good. Sophia, can you hear? It's the jelly school, okay? And I just want you to know, Tophia, I'm talking to Jelly School. Yeah, it's Jelly School. Hang on 1 second. I'm talking to Tophia. Tophia, okay. Jelly School says that they got an opening for you. Are are you sure you don't want to go to the Jelly School? You sure you're okay here? Okay. 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 All right, I'll tell them. Okay. Okay. Okay, jelly school. Okay, yeah. Our student Tophia, she thinks that she's not that jelly. Okay, so we're gonna give her another shot here. But if she starts being jelly again, okay, we're gonna just have to give you guys another call. Okay, okay, all right, okay. Have a great day. Okay, bye. Fuck you, you
people they have a
jealous
house
bitch.
in New York.
Who's pocket watching
Why do you
who?
need all of these houses for?
That's
One
a
house
great
is good
question.
enough.
Ask
And
them,
you're
not me.
the
I don't
rich
have all
people are
those
jacking up
houses.
the
Why
prices
you
in
like?
other countries, making the
No
locals have
fucking
to
idea
pay
what you're
more
talking
money.
about.
Like the
You don't
economy is
even realize that certain other, like for example, the country I'm in right now, if you're not a citizen, you can't own land here. You can only lease it. You literally cannot own land in this country if you're a foreigner. But what would Sophia know about that? She's never
so
left fucking New
messed up that
Mexico,
rich
as far
people
as I
are
know.
always the reason
That's not true.
behind
She might have gone to
why we're
Vegas.
financially struggling.
She's never
Rich
left
people
like
could
the
care less
Southwest, those
if
two
you can't
states,
afford
probably.
nothing because they have all the money they need to afford things. Who
What are you
cares if
even
you
talking
can't
about?
afford to
I
live?
believe.
Who cares if you can't afford your life-saving medications? They make money off of selling medications. Who cares? As
What
long
are you
as they're
talking
slamming
about?
people or
Selling
throwing
medic?
people in the jails,
What?
they could care less because the jails are
Like,
what
this is what I'm talking about, her virtue signaling. She brings up every topic she can even think of. When has Sophia once before addressed the problem of the the price of medications? She heard it in a recent TikTok or on a recent news post, which was for like brain rot people. Instead of like a full-size article, it's probably like 30 words
makes their money.
and a
Some of these
fucking
people are wrongfully
AI
charged for
video. Like,
things
what a
because the jail
moron.
makes money
I
off of them. The jail makes money off of people being on
Unbelievable.
probation. They make money off of every
Not all of them, but yes, some states do have private probation and privatized jails, and I think that that's a borderline crime against humanity, and that we should get rid of them. Yeah, I agree with that. What are you doing about it? I've actually been on probation and signed petitions and stuff, and sent emails and stuff to senators regarding those for-profit institutions. What have you done
single thing.
besides
Sometimes you
bitch
really
about it
need to
on
pay
social
attention to
media?
what's going on in your real world.
I'm paying attention to it because I'm actually doing something about it. What are you doing besides being performative on YouTube
Instead of
in the grossest Winnie the Pooh shirt I've ever seen in my life?
worrying about the wrong things. Yeah,
Disgusting.
jails are just another glorified way of having slaves. When you go to jail, you have to work. Some people have to work a job in jail and they don't get paid to work that job in jail.
She doesn't even know how it works. First of all, that is true. The only place that you can be forced to work, essentially, the only form of slavery still allowed by the Constitution, she is right, is in prisons. However, first of all, that only applies to federal prisons because states make up their own prison laws for their own Department of Correction, so she's wrong. However, she is right in that most prisoners are paid a pittance, okay? It is essentially slave labor in the modern 21st century. Sophia, however, doesn't understand any of the nuances of this, of how it works, of how they get away with paying them just $1 for an hour of work or even less, and how for some of these people it's the only income they have when they go to commissary every month and fucking it's $30 for a bag of tobacco and you only made $20 in your entire month of working. Yeah, we know about it. It's fucked up. What are you doing about it? What prisoner have you ever spoken to? Have you ever sent a prisoner money? I have.
It's
Have
not
you ever
free.
tried to help a
I'm
prisoner
free.
out or
It's
called
like
them
free
or sent
labor.
them a
It's
letter? I
just
have.
another way to
I have
have
a fucking
slaves.
stack
They
of them
have people
actually.
that are
Like
in
they
there for
sent
crimes
back.
they didn't commit. Hello? Like, I'm gonna
Okay,
sit
now we're
here and
talking about
argue with
innocent people in
people,
prison, which is a
like
totally
make
different conversation than what we were
somewhat little
just
bit of
having.
money
But okay,
online.
let's talk
I'm
about
working
that
on my
instead.
social media, but when you say, "Oh, is this the content you think that's gonna make you money?" If I told you that I can't make the type of content that I want right now, why do you keep doing that? If I'm telling you that I have a job, then
Why?
why do you keep
Why
saying to go get a
can't
job?
you? Why aren't you on fucking TikTok right now? Why do you keep saying you can't go on TikTok until X, Y, and Z? Why aren't you on your biggest platform where you can make the most money? Why are you only making $11 a month from your two social media platforms? What the fuck are you talking about?
And then you say I come on here and complain about money. I haven't complained about money.
You are
And then when
you're
someone
complaining
sends
about it
you
right
money,
now.
you complain.
Why do these people need all these houses? Why do these people need all these money? Why is only the 1% rich, which isn't true? Why are there trillionaires? There shouldn't be a trillionaire. All you do is pocket watch and bitch about other people's money and their jobs. That's all you fucking do all day. You're
Complain
so
about
fucking
that.
full of
Someone
shit.
sent me money and people was
God, I feel
complaining
like I'm
yesterday.
like the
It's not
evil,
your
more
money. You didn't
angry
earn
version
that
of
money.
Vocal.
You didn't work
Because
for that
normally
money.
I
Why are you
agree with
trying to
all his
tell someone
jokes
what to
and they
do?
land a lot
I didn't
better,
ask him
but
for money.
I
I was
just like
just
get
talking.
pissed off
I was
lately
just
when
having
I'm
a normal
listening to
life,
this
not
shit.
expecting to receive any money.
Like when I
Someone
watch
sends me
him and
money
stuff,
on PayPal, people
it's
go in a
like
frenzy
it's
because
funnier
you're
than when
jealous.
I
He didn't
have
get
to
50
react to
bucks.
her. Because
If
me
someone need to
having to
give you
react to
50
her,
bucks,
like I have to reply to the insanity that she's saying, like Vocal does. Like I actually have to listen to what she says and refute it,
you can
and it's
stop
just
being a
like so
crybaby.
frustrating.
If
And
someone need to give you money so you can
like,
stop being
man,
a
she
baby,
really needs to just
because
learn how
why
to
are
shut
you
the fuck
so hurt?
up.
Why
I
are
don't
you so upset
understand.
over someone receiving 50 bucks? How does that
You
affect
really just
you?
need to learn how to shut the
It
fuck up,
shouldn't
Tophia.
affect you.
Like,
And then to sit there
shut
and tell the
the
person
fuck up.
she's gonna
You guys
spend
know the
no,
Wrap It Up talks
they
from the
didn't give
Chappelle
me the
show?
money
Like,
and tell
I
me
need one
what
of
to do
those
with
for
it.
her.
They gave me the
Wrap
money.
it
They didn't say I
up.
had to do anything with it. I could do whatever I
I'm
want
talking about
with
the,
that money. For you to
stop
say, oh,
talking,
she's gonna
sign
do
off,
this, she's
though.
gonna buy clothes. I can buy clothes if I want to. They gave it to me. They didn't leave a note saying what it was for. They gave me the money to do whatever I want to with it. And if you don't like what I do with it, then that's on.
Who? Wait, who?
Why are you so hurt? Why are you so upset over someone receiving 50 bucks? How does that affect you? It shouldn't affect you. And then to sit there and tell the person she's gonna spend it on, they didn't give me the money and tell me what to do with it. They gave me the money. They didn't say I had to
Yeah, Tophia, when someone gives a homeless person money, it's usually with the intent of them either feeding themselves or getting a better life. What did you do with it?
do anything with it. I could do whatever I want.
Oh, okay, you can do whatever you want with it. You can go buy more plastic crab. You can go gamble. You can go buy some scratch offs. I'm sure that's why they gave you the $50.
With that money for you to
Unbelievable.
say, oh, she's gonna do this, she's gonna buy clothes.
Unbelievable.
I can buy clothes if I want to. They gave it to me. They didn't leave a note saying
Yeah,
what
you
it
can buy
was
so many
for.
clothes with
They
fifty
gave
dollars.
me the money
You
to do
buy
whatever I want
you
to with it.
you buy crazy amount of outfits from Temu that don't fit. With $50, Sophia, you could probably buy 25 Temu outfits that will never fit you in a million fucking years. You could diet until the end of the heat death of the universe and you wouldn't fit into them. So,
And if you don't like what I do with it, then that's on you. If
a
I
little
want to look
dick
nice, I
of
can.
me,
If I want to
but
dress nice, I
I
can.
think
Maybe it's
accurate.
summer. Maybe I want to look nice for
Yeah,
myself.
you
Why
want to
does
look.
that
You
bother
look
you? Why are
great,
you
Tophia,
so
with this
affected?
Winnie the Pooh
You don't
shirt.
even know.
You look so fucking suave. You look so sexy right now. Your fucking hair sticking up sideways, matted like a old cat's. Wearing a Winnie the Pooh shirt that fits you so tightly that you can count your individual fat folds. You look great. You're like the Dom DeLuise right now. You're just so sexy.
Anything.
Dom
I
DeLuise
got bills
sexy.
I gotta pay, so I gotta be
Oh wait,
saving,
Dom DeLuise is
which
an
I am
insanely
saving for
ugly
my
fat
bills.
person.
It goes to
Wait,
bills every month.
it's my
Then you
bad.
say
I
that
didn't
all
mean
my
Dom
money goes
DeLuise, you guys.
and that I'm not saving to bury my brother. How is
I
that
meant,
possible when I got storage and I got my phone?
I meant Bruce Valanche. And for people who don't know who Bruce Valanche is, if you're too young, Bruce Valanche. That's Bruce Valanche, you guys. This is the guy from Hollywood Squares, or that's what he's most known for. This is Bruce Valanche. This is who I just compared Tophia to, Bruce Valanche. So you guys know.
Bill. Then people be sitting
Bruce
here saying I'm
Valanche
waiting
looking
for when you lose your
ass,
storage. What kind of
unbelievable.
people are heartless? Sit and spin. Take a trip. Seriously. Some of y'all lack empathy.
You're so
Take a trip.
creative. You said that
Rotate.
twice now
It's
on one
crazy. You
stream.
got nothing
Sit,
better to
spin
do
with the middle
than to
finger.
be
I never.
miserable sacks.
You know, the last time I heard someone say that, again, I always say this, but it really was when I was in middle school. I don't know an adult that said sit and spin like in over 15 years easily.
Of shit. Seriously.
She even insults people like a child. It's unbelievable.
Nah, man.
Sorry, this
I'm
is
just
closer to
saying.
two
I
to
don't got
one.
time to be worrying about negative people.
That's
You
why
ain't
I might
paying my
split it.
bills, so why should I worry? But you're in here telling me to get a job, but I'm me. I don't get government assistance. Where do I get government assistance? If I
Where
got
you're
government
living right now?
assistance, I wouldn't be living like this.
Yes,
What
you would.
government assistance?
If you get temporary
I
assistance,
don't get
TA,
government
just put a little bit of
assistance.
cash every
Oh,
week,
me,
a
I
couple
get
hundred
government
bucks.
assistance. No, me. I don't
You
get
actually
government
could pay
assistance.
for
I don't
someone to come
qualify
and
for
like
government
shoot the
assistance.
studio or
The
shoot
housing
the
that I'm
room,
getting
and it's
is
like
not
just a
because
room.
I'm disabled or I'm able-bodied and able to work. The housing that I'm getting is for people with no income. It has
She just admitted that she's able-bodied and able to work.
nothing to do with being disabled.
Really smart of you to just say that on live stream, Tophia. I'm sure your trolls haven't clipped that and sent it to every fucking agency by now.
Because I haven't
How dumb are you that you just said that? Are you kidding me, Tophia? What, you just said that on stream.
had to
Like,
prove I'm disabled. They didn't
any MF Doom fans out there? Vocal, are you an MF
ask
Doom
about my
fan?
disability. Body,
Rap snitches
the housing that
telling all
I'm
they
going for
business to
has
the
nothing to
people if
do
they
with
be
being
they
disabled.
own
They're not
witness.
giving
Do
me
you
free
see the
housing because I'm
perpetrator?
disabled.
Yeah,
It's
you're
not
right
low
here. Fuck
income.
around, get the whole label
No
sooner for
income.
years.
No, not
Rap
low. What does
snitches
my living
telling all they
situation have to do with a
business.
job? I
They
just
think
told you
for
that.
they be
My
they own
living situation
win.
has
Sorry,
nothing to do with a job.
my throat
I
isn't
just
very
explained
good
that to
right
you. So I
now.
said I don't
I'm
need
not
a
doing
job to
MF
get a
rims
living
very well,
situation, and
and
you
my
said I'm
ribs are killing me.
able-bodied to get a job. Where does
Rap
the job come into my
snitches
housing?
telling all their
It's
business.
not low income.
They
It's
be
no
their
income.
own
I'm not doing the
witness. Do you
Section
see
8.
the
I don't know
perpetrator?
why I had to
Yeah,
explain this
right
to
here.
people. I'm
Fuck
not
around,
telling
get the
you
whole
it's a
label
housing
sooner for
program,
years.
but it's not
Who's the
Section 8.
shit?
You had to have a
Who's
job
sorry, I'm gonna fucking twist
or
this
be
line,
going
but
to school.
it's not
And
gonna
even
hurt.
then, Section 8, let me
What did
have
she
to
just
explain
say?
this to people. I'm not telling you it's a housing program, but it's not Section 8. You had to have a job or be going to school. And even then,
Wow, so like I have said from the beginning, for almost all of these housing and placement things, you either need a job, proof that you're looking for a job, or to be in school. Sophia has somehow found the one of those that requires nothing, which I'm sure the list for it's insane because there, believe it or not, Sophia, you are far from the only woman in the state of New Mexico who wants to do nothing. I promise you that. There's at least a couple thousand of you, plus the men. So.
Section 8, let me tell you something about Section 8 rights. So,
Tell me something
let me
about
explain
Section 8,
something to you.
Sophia.
Section 8 wants you to either be working or going to
Tell me
school.
about Section 8.
If you're going to school, that's a lot better because you're not working, and that means that they will pay partial of your rent.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard because they still will ask you for some money, and if you're going to school not working, you have zero income, meaning you can barely scrape by the very bare minimum they want you for in Section 8 housing. If you do have Section 8 housing, you're going to school, you're also working a part-time job. She's out of her mind if she thinks that you're not working
Right? Because you're
part-time.
going to school.
If
If
you're
you
in
work,
school
that's going to be the
living in
worst
Section 8
option
housing.
because they're
Because if you're living in Section 8 housing going to school, you are poor as fuck. You deserve that housing, but you're poor, okay? And you can probably barely afford groceries. So
going to
what are
say
we
you
talking
make
about?
enough money to be able to afford to live. It's just another excuse to find reasons to deny people Section 8. I already know that because with my dad's disability and me working because we tried to get on Section
Right,
8
right,
a
right,
while
right,
back,
right. Right,
I
before
knew they were
working,
going to
your
say,
dad
and my brother
disabled.
was working as well, they were going to
What
say
were you
all of
doing,
us
by the
made
way?
enough
What was your
money
job again?
to make
Oh
a
yeah,
living,
social media, the
which
same
mind
job you
you,
have now that
we
makes you
wouldn't have.
$11.
It's
Yeah, so
just
she was
another
working.
excuse to deny
So was
people
her brother. Her
help.
brother
They
actually was
want you to
working. Her
get a
dad
job in
was
housing on Section 8,
insane.
which is not the
So
program that I went with. But the bull crap of it all is that
what
once
program
they
are
offer you,
what program even exists that goes, you're an able-bodied homeless woman, you can work. There's nothing tremendously wrong with you that you can't work, that you can't provide for yourself. Here's a free house. Where is this magical program? What is it called? I mean, you can't tell us what it's called because everyone will blow up your spot, but like, I would love to know, like, who is the one giving these apartments and houses out to these people? Like, and why does no one, like, why doesn't everyone just apply for these and ignore Section 8? Like, fuck Section 8, you're about to get a $500,000 house, Sophia. Of course I'd say forget Section 8 if I thought that was happening. What?
that option and you're working on Section 8, they're going to tell you you make too much. You go
You're a
apply and they're going to say
moron.
you
That
make too
does
much. You can
happen,
afford
but
to
not,
live.
it's not going to
It's
be,
just another
she doesn't know
excuse
what she's talking about,
to
frankly.
deny people help. That is going through people's ears.
It's based on a
Why it's
percentage
flying
of
over people's
things.
heads. They're just mad because I don't have
Usually
to
a
get a job.
percentage of,
My
at least in my
housing
experience, is
situation does not
discretionary.
require a job, and you're
So,
still
well,
here
for your
mad about
housing, it
that.
would be
And it
done
does not
before
make
that,
sense
but
because why are you still
usually
mad
most of
about
it's
that?
based on
Now all
discretionary.
of a sudden you're mad. It is a thing in my state. It is very much a thing.
All
I
right, guys,
applied for
I'm gonna
that.
take a pause here because I think that's where the chapters ended. Housing program. Oh no, not yet. Sorry, we got
Low income
I'm gonna
housing
pause
is like
here and
government
then
assistance. You said you
I'll
don't
either
qualify for
end
that.
it
No,
or
people said that
just pause it and then restart it.
what
I'll either
did
end it
someone
split into
say?
two
Somebody
or
said that I'm taking advantage of government assistance or something like that. I don't have government assistance right now. That's what I said. I don't qualify for government assistance.
no,
The
but the
housing that
place
I'm
you're
on is
at.
a no income housing.
The shelter
That means
you're
once I
at.
get in there, then I will qualify. But I'm not
Oh
on
my
government
God. So you
assistance right now.
just
They said I
admitted you're
am
going to
on
be on
government
government
assistance right now. I'm
assistance
not
as
on
soon as you get
government
into a house.
assistance. I
Sorry,
haven't
she's
even
not
been
on government
accepted for the
assistance
housing.
now. She's just getting
Well, I
assistance
did,
from the government
but
for
it's a
living in shelter.
process and it's a long list of things.
Oh,
And
she
so I'm not
did.
on housing right now. They were or government assistance. They're talking
She.
about how I'm taking advantage of government assistance now when I don't get any government assistance. If I was getting
She actually used to be on it. They just kick you off after a while if you okay, because I've tried to be on TA once and they wouldn't even let my ass get on it if I wasn't working 40 hours a week or proven I work. You even got assistance at one point, temporary assistance? Holy shit! You've been given literally every handout that exists. That's
getting government
crazy.
assistance, I would have already had a place to live.
That's
Make that make sense.
crazy.
Medicaid is government assistance, but
Yes, it
at the
is. It's mostly funded by the state, though. You wouldn't know that,
same
though.
time, how is that taking advantage of government assistance if I have no income and can't afford medical help?
The reason it is because of what you said earlier, because you are able-bodied and able to work. You fucking moron.
If I have to go to
You
the
said
doctor and
it.
go to the emergency
You
room,
said it
I
out
can't pay those
loud.
fees. Just to sit
You
in the emergency
fucking
room
blew
alone
up
is
your own
$500
spot.
I
You
can't pay
admitted you're
out of
able to
pocket because I
work,
have
you're
no income coming in.
able-bodied, you can
When
work.
you're
You
talking about
admitted it
taking
on
advantage,
camera.
how is someone who needs health care taking advantage? I could pass away
That's not how
from
you're taking
illnesses if I'm not
advantage
able to
of
see a
it.
doctor
Oh
because I
my
can't afford
God.
it.
You're either
The
being
reason why
deliberately
I
obtuse or
qualify
you're
for
this
that
stupid. I
is
think you
literally
might just be
because I
this
don't have a
stupid.
job or no income, or else I wouldn't be able to afford anything.
Unbelievable.
And of course, you would love for me to not be able to afford to go to the doctor because you would love for me to pass away. That's what you really want. You
Nobody
would
gives a shit if you
celebrate if
pass
I
away or
couldn't
not.
make it to the doctor. That's
No,
the
they
basis to
wouldn't. You're
even
so.
think that.
This is what I'm talking about. She's so paranoid. Nobody's gonna be fucking lighting off bottle rockets if you die, Tophia. You know, they'll be like, "Oh wow, well, it's expected." She didn't listen to a single person. She lived on the streets. She lived really rough because of it. She could barely see the doctor. She could barely get medication. She's morbidly obese. It's not really that shocking that she passed away.
Of
You're not
someone
gonna be
that
lighting
is
off
really
fireworks. You fucking paranoid
heartless.
shit.
It's implied.
Nobody cares enough about you to celebrate if you die. You're not fucking Trump. You're not Napoleon, okay? Nobody gives a shit.
I talk crap about the government. Just because someone talks crap about the government and is on assistance does not mean jack shit.
Yeah, it does. You're literally biting the hand that feeds you, but whatever. You fucking
When you're
proud ass
supposed to be able to
narcissistic
look to your
bitch.
politicians
Somehow
to
you're
help you.
proud, even though
If you
you're
can't afford your
literally
life-saving
not in a
medications,
shelter. You
then
have
what
so
is
much
the
fucking
government doing?
hubris. It's
The people
unbelievable.
in the government are getting richer while you're getting poorer, and you
What
want to
does
sit
this
here and
have to
talk
do
about how
with
we're not supposed to
you?
complain about these.
We're not talking about their pay. We're talking about your taking advantage of the system, not them taking advantage of the system. I'm not talking about them right now. I don't give a shit about how they're taking, and they might be, for sure. Maybe they are overpaid. Who the fuck knows? By the way, a government job, by definition, isn't for profit. You literally just stated a job that you could work that isn't for some CEO. But, she didn't notice that,
These
so
things. If
that's
we
okay.
don't complain about these things, then what's going to happen
I'm gonna
is
have to
you
split
can't
this
afford to
because it's
live
long.
because
The
the
whole thing would
cost
be
of
like
living
three
is going
hours
up.
long. I can't do that.
I'm not even going to
Next one, I'm
explain
gonna
it.
have to try and
5
make
years
like
from now,
way
people
shorter
are going to be
content.
homeless, mass homelessness. It's not going to be.
Okay, is this where we changed chapters for housing? Okay, yeah, we're gonna pause here, or I'll pause it and come back to end it. So you guys soon. But yeah, she's crazy. This is why it takes me so long. She says so much wrong, stupid shit that it like is almost like offensive at a point. It's like, how can you be this dumb and be spreading it? So I'll be back. Hang on, or maybe not. I guess if I decide to split it, I will tell you before. Hang on. Alright, you guys, so I decided just to leave it paused, and I'm just going to try and finish it in one longer video. And then I'm going to ask the 3 people that I have that leave comments if you guys prefer one longer, like 2 to 3 hour video, or if you would prefer me having split this up like I originally planned. Like, would you prefer like 2 hour-and-a-half videos, one part one and one part two, if that's what it takes me, or would you prefer like one really long one like I'm about to do? So, anyways, give me 1 second to put my headset back on and get internet back.
No,
Just
walk in
gonna
the
pause.
park and you
Sorry guys, that was weird.
know your one
So,
job, you're gonna end up homeless
anyway,
just
here
like
we
me, and
go.
you're gonna
I'm
realize
trying to
you
finish it
think you're
all in one
secure
long
now. You
video.
better make sure that you saving
Probably
some
gonna be
money
like
on the side
2.5
because
hours.
5, 10 years from now, there's gonna be so much
I'm
people
gonna aim for
homeless.
that.
basically
I'm
like
aiming for less.
crazy. And you guys, why
If
was
I
I
do this in
homeless?
like
I
two
had a
hours, it'd be
job.
perfect.
I could
2 hours
afford
is like the perfect length for like her 90-minute video. They go 4 to 3, just like I
to
always say
live.
vocals.
You could
Usually
when it
vocals
wasn't
is
so
really good about getting a
expensive.
4 to 3 ratio of his minutes to her, which I think is like perfect.
It's just that's the truth.
What was
They could
what was
afford to
that?
live. You could when it wasn't
Why was I homeless? I couldn't afford to live. You could
so
when it wasn't
expensive.
so expensive, even though you're still homeless, still had no income, and still had no job. So you actually still had no way to afford those things when there's like she's the type of person who complains about inflation when it doesn't affect her. Like you made $11. You're not impacted by inflation because you're impacted by being broke as fuck. Do you know what I mean, you guys? Like when I went to outpatients one time, like this outpatient was like, first of all, it was like probably the first one I've ever been to where it was like either equal or more people there for like DUIs or alcoholism. Usually it was more like 60 or 70, 30 drugs, alcohol, sometimes no alcoholics even. And this other program was more like 50-50 because they had a lot of people sent there. And there's this one guy one time, and we were going around the room. And I don't know, we were talking about stuff, and he said something like, he's like, I can't afford to go to coffee every day at Starbucks. Have you guys heard about inflation lately? This was like back when Trump was in his first presidency, or like Biden or something. And literally everyone around, like, I'm just gonna be honest, everyone around the room was like kind of hood, or not hood, but like from a lower economic class, like of every race, right? White, black, everyone. And all of us looked at each other, and some of the ladies started laughing their ass off at this guy. They're like fucking nudging each other's elbows, like this motherfucker talk about inflation. I'm talking about I can't afford food with my EBT card, and it's like the funniest fucking shit. Like the dude was so tone deaf to the audience he was speaking to. It's like no one in that room fucking probably even understood how inflation was affecting them, you know? Because they were living with like real life day-to-day problems. This guy's in there talking about inflation. He was always a little bit weird. Like I don't even know why the fuck he was there for drugs or alcohol, but it's like, dude, that's the wrong. You're not in a middle class like white neighborhood right now where like inflation's like actually one of your biggest concerns. You're in the middle of an intensive outpatient treatment facility where you're forced to be there for like 5 to 6 hours a day because you had a drug or alcohol problem. Like inflation, bro. You're not talking to the right people about it. I'm sorry, I still remember it to this day
It's just
because
that's
of
the
how hard
truth.
they started laughing at him and mocking him for it. Like motherfuckers talking about inflation. Meanwhile, we're over here talking about getting $5, smoke a rock of crack. Like, what is this
They
dude
do
talking
listen to the state
about?
of law.
Like, it was just so
Else because I
tone deaf,
applied.
and it
It's
just
not
reminded me of
government housing. Where
Tophia
does it
there.
say government housing? It's housing. It doesn't say government housing. The government, when we're talking about the government, like Washington
I was
D.C.,
following my
the
wrist.
state
Something
is the one that
extra too. I
handles.
feel like
So the state
this
is
shit
not the
almost does
government. It's
not
the
look the
state that
same.
gets paid to put money
Feel the
here, to
same.
put money there, to put money everywhere, right? So when they get paid millions of
What are you
dollars
talking
to
about?
house the
Put money
homeless
here,
people,
put money
they
there,
have
put
to
money
house
everywhere.
the
What does
homeless
that
people.
mean?
It does not come from the government. I never
What is
made
she
fun of
talking
someone.
about? Where did
Yeah.
that money come
Like
from? Hang on,
Washington,
what did I
it's not
miss here?
government housing. Where does it say government housing? It's housing. It doesn't say government housing.
How
The
did
government, when we're talking about the government, like Washington D.C., the state is the one that handles.
Okay, she's so stupid she doesn't realize that Washington, D.C. is the one part of the United States that isn't a state. And the Virgin Islands. You picked the one, and Puerto Rico, technically. You, out of, like, Tophia, there's 50 states, and there's like 3 territories. Somehow you picked one of the 3 wrong ones because Washington, D.C. actually is one of the only areas in the entire country that is solely under federal jurisdiction because it's a federal territory. It is not a state. It only has representatives that cannot even vote in the houses of Congress. You have no idea what I'm talking about. That's hilarious that she's about to use Washington, D.C. as an example of what states do. That's amazing, Sophia. That's amazingly well done on your part. Literally, You could have thrown a dart at a map of the U.S. and not landed on D.C., on Puerto Rico, on U.S. Virgin. Like you could have thrown a fucking dart at a board and hit any state, and it would have made more sense.
So the
Unfucking
state,
believable.
it's not the government, it's the state that gets paid to put money.
So Washington D.C. once again, just so we're all on the same page, Washington D.C. is the federal government. It's essentially the only territory in the United States where only the federal government administers it because it's the District of Columbia. It's meant to be our capital and it was meant to be politically neutral. Originally, they wanted it in a northern state and a southern state. DC was a compromise. It was built basically on the borders of, I think, Maryland and Virginia, like the north and the south, essentially, like where they kind of met, or where Virginia was kind of like borderline north south in the war. It supported both kind of. The Civil War is what I mean, but the whole point of DC was when they came up with it was that it wouldn't be biased. Like if we had made like New York City our capital, which was already such a huge city, like New York City would have became too powerful. If we had made Philadelphia our capital, same thing. That's what they were worried about. So they wanted a district that was not influenced by states and their decisions, not influenced by state law, and was only subject to the laws of the federal government. And that is where the federal government sits, so that they're not subject to any of the state laws, only the federal laws. That's why they meet there. That's the whole fucking purpose of it. How do you not know that? That's unbelievable that you picked one of the three. Maybe I can't remember if there's a fourth territory we have, but like one of the three things that isn't a state that doesn't prove your point at all. That's
Here to put
insane.
money there to put money everywhere, right? So when they get paid millions of dollars,
And she's assuming that just states just put money here, there, everywhere. They're just throwing money at the wall, seeing what sticks. Yeah, that's how it works, Tophia. Do we need to even go into this? I'm sure Vocal broke down the financial stuff better, or maybe not better, equally as good. I'll give him better, probably better usually, because he usually does it more concisely than I do. But like,
to
fuck
house the
off.
homeless people,
What are
they
you
have to
talking about?
house the homeless people. It does not come from the government.
Yes, it
Me being
does.
someone like that,
Where do you think it comes from if not the government? Show me a charity that has as much money as either a state or the federal. Forget the federal government. Show me a charity that has a budget equal to a state budget. Even the shittiest, lowest income state imaginable, like fucking West
I'm
Virginia,
for
or like
women
fucking,
choosing. When you think about it, right?
like Missouri, or fucking like
It does
Arkansas.
come from the government, but the government decides
Oh
where
yeah,
the
no,
money
it does
goes.
come from the
It
government.
goes into housing programs. They get money to literally end homelessness. They don't want to do.
She has no idea what she's talking about. How do they get money by ending homelessness and spending money that subsidizes you? That's literally the opposite of that. That's them giving money away. See, if it was 50-50, even like a 50-50 split, they'd still be giving you half of that. You're getting it's not them taking, they are giving. You can't bitch about them taking all your money while also taking every fucking handout they give you.
Do that. There's a lot of
So
things that
fucking
I know that I'm not even
stupid.
going to talk about.
Oh, there's a lot of things she knows that she's not going to talk about. Yeah, please don't, because you're a fucking idiot. You are stupid. You're verifiably stupid. I'm at the point now where I get so angry at you now that I'm calling it like I see it. You're fucking stupid, Tophia. Again, if anyone knows if she has a high school diploma or a GED, please leave a comment. I find it so hard to believe that this chick graduated high school. That's unbelievable. Some of the shit that she says. Washington, D.C. is a fucking state.
Is
Like,
I'm not going to bring that on here, but I was
unbelievable.
told, and it's
Sophia,
crazy because
name
they
the
have.
50 states.
I'm
Like,
not
can
even
you
gonna.
even name all 50
It's
states? Are you
things that they
smarter than
have
a fifth
access to
grader?
that
Can
they're
you
not
do
even giving the homeless people, and it's
3x
crazy.
minus
It has,
2
but the
equals
government
0
decides
and
where the
tell me
money
what
goes.
x equals?
And
Like, Jesus
what are you
Christ.
supposed to do? Say
I'll
you
even make
allow
it
the
easier.
government to
3x minus
screw people
3
over
equals
when you say,
0.
oh,
Give me
you
the
take
answer. X
whatever the
equals
government gives you, but then you complain
fucking
about it,
moron.
you can still
Like,
do that and still complain. People are literally here complaining, which they have a right to talk about genocides. And when you say, oh, you're going to go eat at
people are literally
McDonald's,
here
and
complaining. She was about to complain about them complaining, and she's like, wait, I'm complaining. So then she's like, well, they have a right to,
when people
but
bring up someone eating at McDonald's,
when
someone
they
made a
bring up
video
someone eating
eating,
at
someone had
McDonald's,
pizza at
it's
McDonald's or
actually
whatever, and in the
not
comment
having
section, one
anything
person
to do
brought
with
up the
what you're talking
genocide.
about. What
Stop
you're
paying
talking about is it has
taxes. Your
nothing to do with
taxes go
genocide.
to fund the
Also, stop paying
genocide.
taxes because taxes go to genocide. Never mind the fact that they will literally lock you in a cage like Wesley Snipes for not paying your taxes. No, you should not pay taxes. Sophie, it's really easy for you to tell people not to pay taxes when you don't even earn enough money to be required to file them. For the record, I had looked it up vocal because there was one year when like either during COVID or like when I worked at a deli or something and it was half cash, half check, where I didn't have to file taxes for like a year or two because I didn't make enough money on the books. And it's about $15,000. So you have to literally be making like nothing. I'm making nothing at my job. I'm making about 35 and I'm still above that. Like you have to be making essentially less than $1,200 a month to not have to file taxes, which is wild. Like
You
this
cannot
is
pay your
actually
tax. Stop paying your
unbelievable.
taxes because if you
You
start
don't pay taxes, Sophia. Don't fucking talk
paying
about
your
like don't
taxes,
talk
that's
about it.
tax evasion.
Don't. Yes, it
Come,
is. So why, Tophia, you just told people stop paying your taxes. It supports genocide. Now you're saying, oh wait, they'll lock you up. That's tax evasion. I just pointed that out. What is
to be
going
stopped.
on with her?
A lot of the things that you
Is she
do
like a
unnecessary.
broken robot? Like that, like executes like the final part of the conversation first and then the middle part second, and then like just like spazzes out, like just like crashes
So you
after
can't
that.
completely just
What are you
stop funding
talking
genocide,
about?
then stop paying your taxes. You can't stop paying taxes. A comfort meal? Ooh,
So
that's a
then that
good
means
one.
you are too. Oh no, wait, no, she's not because she doesn't pay taxes, so never
I don't
mind.
even know how
She
people
could
in
actually make that claim that my taxes don't go towards it because I don't pay taxes. Well, great argument, Tophia, for you living in the United States and not taking advantage of our system. The argument that you don't have to pay taxes because you make so
Palestine.
little.
I
How
didn't
could
say
I have
people.
missed that?
I never
What a
said
fucking
people
moron.
in Palestine voted for Trump. You know how I know you're lying? Because I said people in Palestine told people to vote for Kamala Harris. I didn't say people in Palestine voted for Trump. I said the people in Palestine
You're
told
getting
people to vote
trolled
Kamala
so hard
Harris.
right now.
So
Nobody
I
in
don't know why you're
fucking
trying to lie.
Palestine
And my
voted
live
for
streams are
Trump.
screen recorded. So
You
there's no
realize
way I
people in Palestine can't vote for the president of the United like what again, we're back to Washington DC as a
said
state. Like
people
what the
told
fuck,
anyone to
guys?
vote for Trump.
God damn, I was hoping
No,
this
I
would be
didn't.
done in 2 hours. I
My
made
live
it like
streams are screen
five more
recorded.
minutes into her
You're not
fucking
gonna lie on
video.
me. I said
This is
people in
she's
Palestine
so
told
dumb.
people to vote Kamala Harris.
This is so
Why would they tell
stupid.
people to
Like
vote for Trump? That
I
makes no sense. Their
I
videos
this
in
is
general just get
unreal the
blocked.
level of
They're creepy.
stupidity.
It
This is
is. I like this shirt.
unbelievable.
I blocked those accounts because they're creepy.
Oh,
I
there
think
she
I
goes
might get off
stretching that
soon.
shirt, trying to do the
People to
work of
vote for
that
Trump.
shirt that the
That
shirt
makes no
itself can't do.
sense.
Look at
My
this.
videos in
Can't even
general just
rewind
get
to see
blocked.
this.
They're
This
creepy.
shirt
It
fits me.
is.
What
I
are you
like this
talking
shirt.
about?
I blocked those
Looks like it
accounts
fits
because
you
they're
great,
creepy. I
Tophia.
think I might get off soon because I gotta go watch that show and I don't want to fall asleep and watching it. I want to watch it. When you're saying taxes is what keeps a roof over your head, taxes is what go. I'm not even gonna back and forth with you. Oof.
Yeah,
You
because you're
keep asking me
stupid and
about
you're
videos that
wrong.
I don't really care about because I don't watch those people.
Yeah, why would you care about taxes if you don't have to pay them, you know?
Nor do I care if they make videos. Well, I do care because they're making
Why
money.
care about taxes when you only are given money because of them and never have to give any money up? You know, if I didn't have to pay taxes, I probably wouldn't give too much of a shit about it either. To be honest, I don't even give a shit that I have to pay taxes. Like, I recognize that taxes are the cost of civilization. So many people in the U.S. don't get that. It's like a social contract as part of it. Like we agree to give up certain liberties, rights, pay taxes, and in exchange we get a society where we don't have to kill people over a loaf of bread. Like
Money off
it's
me.
super. It's
But in
kind
a
of
sense of
simple, and
I don't
and
like
people are trying to make it into this super complex thing nowadays. For like every single tax dollar is money stolen from you, blah blah blah. No, there'll always need to be government institutions that will be required to exist that can't exist for profit, like military, police, fire departments, stuff like that. There will always be a certain percentage of people that are struggling and need help to get back on their feet. Those people deserve help. And then there will always be a percentage like Tophia or like the person I used to be, either a drug addict, someone who just refuses to participate completely. And those people will never get rid of those either. That percentage will always remain there. It's like the people who get clean versus the people that just stay an addict forever. Like some people are just going to stay addicted to dope forever, for example, and you're never going to get them off it. And that's okay, you know, like if they don't mind it, like if they don't mind that being their life, that's okay. They've clearly chosen that, you know. And once you get like 50 or 60 and you're still doing it, like you're not changing at that point. So again, it's similar to that. There's always going to be a small percentage, but she acts like she's part of this huge percentage of oppressed people when in reality she's like the smallest percentage of the laziest group of Americans that even exist. Because again, I'm arguing that we should pay taxes, that we probably should pay more taxes in certain states. Because a lot of those states actually take advantage of the ones that pay into federal taxes more because those states cut their state taxes. So like Medicaid, which is mostly state run or state funded, then they have to make it up on the federal end and take money from other states that had extra money at the time. Anyway, I'm going into
They're
way
not
too deep
paying
for
my
her. She
bills.
doesn't understand what
So
I'm talking about.
thanks. Nobody said it was real
She
orange
thinks they're
juice.
not
It
even
literally
paying
has added
their
sugar.
bills. So
It literally has
what am I talking
260
about? Like, why
grams
am
of
I even
sodium.
that
It
deep?
does have 130% vitamin C, thiamine. Total
Wow, it's
sugar
got
19
all that
grams.
sugar,
Added
but it's
sugar
got
17. Carbs 22
130%
grams.
vitamin C. Is that
Total
it? Is that a
fats.
sunny
Serving
delight?
size 1 bottle. Calories per serving
What the
90
fuck is
calories per
that?
serving. Contains 5% juice. All this added to stuff like high fructose corn syrup, water,
When I drink juice, I always check the percentage. I usually try and go for 100%, but if it's not available, I'll get whatever the highest percentage is.
concentrated orange
I'm a fucking weirdo. Like I drink like the drinks I like. It's like I'm a kid, honestly. Like I like juices and I like milk and water. I don't know what
juice,
else to say.
concentrated
Like I'm a
tangerine
fucking
juice,
weirdo, I guess.
concentrated apple
I don't
juice,
know.
concentrated lime juice, concentrated
As
grapefruit
an
juice,
adult, like that's when I
concentrated
like
pear juice,
milk
citric
and
acid,
juice.
ascorbic
Yeah.
acid,
Is that a
vitamin
normal
C,
thing?
thiamine,
I always felt it was kind of normal.
hydrochloride,
My dad
vitamin
drinks
D,
chocolate
natural
milk. I don't know.
flavors,
I drink Desi.
modified cornstarch, canola oil,
So
sodium
why should
maltodextrate,
Hey, let's
cellulose,
listen to Tophia read a list of chemicals from a drink she's drinking here. What?
gum,
What?
cerucalosodium,
She can't even pronounce these guys. What are we doing?
metaphosphate, potassium,
Say that last word
maltodextrate,
again.
cellulose,
Phosphate?
gum, ceru-
Sucralose.
cerucalosodium,
Sucralose.
pentamethaphosphate,
Phosphate.
potassium, sorbate to
Phosphate?
protect flavor, yellow 5, yellow 6, calcium, sodium, add a product color.
Sounds really
All this
healthy,
additive stuff is
Tophia.
not real juice. That
Yes, you know it's not because it's something other. Tophia, you know that the phosphate is not juice because that's not what juice is. It's not. It's not whatever phosphate you just talked about. It's not juice. It also already told you it's 5%. So what? Like that even at best, all of those ingredients, only 5% of them are from real juice. So
that is good. I don't hate water. I just don't like plain water. I can't
I don't hate water. I just don't like plain water.
drink it. It makes me sick. It does make
I
me sick.
can't drink plain water. It makes me sick.
Drink water. I try to drink the recommended amount of water every day, and I
Liar.
can't do it. My stomach is sick.
There's no way that you are unable to drink 64 ounces of water a day, Sophia. You weigh like 300 something pounds. You probably need much more than that. You probably need like 100 ounces a day.
That's why if it's water, I add flavor.
The honestly, you would probably weigh a lot more if you actually took like creatine. Like, 'cause I still take creatine when I'm not working out because it helps your muscles maintain water mass better. So like I weigh a little, I weigh more, but like I still am a little bit stronger. Like if she did something like that, she'd be enormous. The water weight she'd put on would be crazy.
Flavoring to it. I
You
get like
guys,
that
I'm
squeeze
all day
flavoring
more
stuff
time. I'm already plus.
because I can't
I
have
wanted this
plain
to be
water.
done in
And I
15
try to
minutes.
drink water. Sometimes I do get sick
Got
because I
half an
drink the
hour.
water too fast because for me, and especially when I was
She drinks
going to
water
donate
too.
plasma,
She's
I
32 and
have to
she
drink
drinks
water.
water too
But
fast.
still think
She's
of
32 years old.
you,
She doesn't know how
shining
stupid she should
star,
drink water. Guys,
love
what
me
kind of person
too.
is this?
Well, actually,
This is a
plasma
real
is not
person.
blood.
Yeah, I know. I bitched you out about this because I hate it. Because you can't fucking say you donated plasma and never let those words leave your lips again. I'm a huge blood donor, you guys, okay? I donate triple reds 3 times a year, the maximum amount you're able to. And the way I do it is I literally will schedule my donations as soon as I give one. I will schedule one for 16 weeks later. And I have to time it very carefully because when I go overseas like I am now, I eventually will go through a malaria area. And when you do that, you're prevented from giving blood for a certain amount of days until after you leave the area. So I have to overlap that with time I can't give blood anyway. Um, you don't donate shit. Don't fucking say you donate plasma. You sell it. Now, yes, there is a need for sold plasma for studies, experimentation, stuff that will eventually help people. But to say that it's the same as donating blood or donating platelets or donating plasma is a disgusting false equivalence. You're not donating shit. You're getting paid for bodily fluids. Yeah, technically, you can. Plasma is the only thing I believe in the United States that you can get paid like directly for, like organ wise. Um, you can't sell blood, you can't sell kidneys, you can't sell livers because then the poorest among us, just like in countries where that is allowed to happen, would be exploited and left on the streets to die. The ones overseas that sell their kidneys and shit, they oftentimes spend more than they get paid for the organ on the like antibiotics and shit they need afterwards to not die of infection because they did it in some crazy hotel room. Like it's just insulting if to hear you say that you donate this shit when you're not donating. Fuck, you're selling it. That's not donating. Just like it's just like you bring up all the time. Oh, it's not a job for me. It's not a job. And my response is someone picking up trash on the side of a highway because the judge told them the same as a city worker picking up trash on the side of the highway in a high vis vest getting paid $30 an hour to do it? Are those two things the same? No, they're not. You're the one on the side of the highway here because you're getting paid for plasma just so they can do experiments on it when there's real fucking especially down in New Mexico. You guys probably need plasma more than the Northeast because of dehydration and stuff like that. Like, I mean, usually saline will take care of that, but sometimes if it's severe, you'll need plasma. You need it for burns. Yeah, why would you want to help a burn victim for free when you can get paid for plasma? And I guarantee you, she fucking goes more frequently than she's supposed to. And just like is a big giant idiot about it. So it's probably really
Love
bad for her
you
that she did that.
tonight, till
I love how
tonight.
she shut up
I'll
about
be
it
the
though so
one you
fast.
take. So there's donating blood and then there's donating plasma.
No, there's donating blood, there's donating platelets, there's donating plasma, and then there's selling plasma.
Plasma gets separated from your blood cells.
Okay, it's called apheresis. If you donate whole blood, they even do it. They separate everything into this constituent parts: plasma, red blood cells, and platelets. Even whole blood, for the most part, it's done that way because the constituent parts are better served when they're split up. They can be used for more than just a unit of whole blood. So
So what it
happens with
is
everything.
it's something that gets separated from the blood.
It's called a centrifuge and it's called apheresis. It's an apheresis machine.
When you donate plasma, that's why you're on the thing for so long because you're not donating blood, you're donating plasma. Your blood gets put back into your body. So after it separates all the whatever
Not all of your blood,
liters of plasma
your red blood cells and platelets get put back in your body. What's not is the solution that they're mostly in, which is plasma.
it needs returns your
So
blood
you get
cells and your
saline
blood back
back
to
with
your
it
body.
to make
They
up for that
return your
loss of
blood.
plasma.
It's a
So you
possibility from
shock.
donating plasma. You may lose blood because sometimes it may mess up to where they can't return your blood back to you.
That would no. Okay, guys, as someone who's donated so much blood, I've almost donated 5 gallons. And do the math, because people can only do a maximum of 6 units a year, which is not a gallon. So do the math on how many years I've been donating for. That would never happen. If they hooked you up to an apheresis machine and you're supposed to be getting blood and platelets back and you weren't, they would turn it off immediately, take the needle out, and send you home. That's insane. That makes no sense. That would maybe happen at the sketchiest place you could sell plasma at. That makes no sense. What the fuck is happening to it then? So is it getting mixed in with the plasma? It doesn't have another bag to go into. So it's either going back into you or it's going somewhere else. Where is it going then? Like, makes no sense. Don't believe her for a second. Don't listen to what she just said. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
I've had that happen. They tried to
No, she
return my
hasn't.
blood back to me, and my arm, I showed you guys, it was so bruised because
It's a that's not the same as not getting your blood
it
back.
was swelled up from here to here. It was swollen because when they put it in there, I could feel like it blew up as a balloon. It felt painful, and I was like, well, why does it feel
Yeah,
painful?
why tell them that and have them adjust the pressure of the return or flow pressure on it so that that doesn't happen? Like that's what happened is the pressure was wrong. You get your blood back.
Maybe it's because they're
So
returning
I'm
blood
so done
directly
with this
back to me because
conversation.
I've
I
never had an
donate blood
issue
so
where
much.
they
I know
had to
so much
return
fucking
blood
about
back
it.
to
This is
me.
so
But
stupid.
that time they did, and it
She's an
swelled. It
actual
was a
idiot.
welch, and it literally
Wow, yeah, I've
hurts.
never
It gets
gotten. You guys should see the photo of the last time I donated blood. The fucking huge ass bruise I got from it
separated
because of when the needle went in. She was newer,
from
you
your
know, like
blood cells, and then they return your blood back to you.
she has
But
no fucking
sometimes if you
idea what
have an
she's talking
issue
about.
where they have to return your blood, sometimes they can't return your blood.
That doesn't make any sense. Where does the blood go then? Where do your red cells go? Where's the space for it? Where's the? You have a bag of plasma and a bag of saline. The plasma fills up the saline drains. Where did the blood go if it didn't go back into you? Just think about that for a second, you guys. Where did those platelets and red blood cells go if they're not now in a bag from a machine that separated them with a centrifuge like the plasma is? Where would they have gone? They just vanished into magical nowhere
back
land?
and they just tell you
She has
that
no fucking idea what
sometimes
she's
they'll
talking.
pay you a
It's
little
so
extra,
insulting
or
because
no,
she
I don't think they even
always
pay you a little extra,
talks
but
about shit that's
return
actually
your
like
blood.
really personal and
They just
important
pay
to
you
me.
because
And
they can't return your
it's
blood.
like her
Because if
take
you
is
don't
always the
finish the
most
whole
wrong
cycle,
possible
you don't get
and the
paid.
most
But if they
insulting
can't
possible.
return your blood, then they pay you because you're supposed to finish the whole way.
That's not true at all.
Pay you because they can't return your blood. Because if
That's
you don't
not.
finish the whole cycle, you don't get paid. But if they can't return your blood, then they pay you because you're supposed to finish the whole way, or they don't pay you.
She's no. This
Scamming
is
my
insane,
audience.
you
If I
guys.
was scamming my audience, then that would mean that I would have money. I'm not even asking for money. So
You're
how much
scamming
you
them. You're
get
just
paid
bad at it.
depends on how your body weight. So if you weigh more, you get more money. I was getting like $60. So I can't donate plasma because one of the places I got deferred because they said they have a hard time finding my veins and it would suit me to.
That is crazy. Tophia is so overweight she can't even sell her plasma anymore. That's crazy. My veins are crazy good for donating blood. You could fucking stick one in me anywhere. You could do my fucking elbows, my fucking hands if you wanted to. You could do my fucking like neck probably, my fucking knees. You could do between my toes. I mean, my friends used to do that for different reasons. But and that was some of the gnarliest shit I've ever seen. Someone shooting up in their toe, but or in their foot, but whatever. That was gnarly as fuck. I'm glad I had good. I'm glad I didn't do that, but I'm glad I had good veins for the other shit. Like she's no fucking idea what she's talking about.
Find
This is
somewhere else that can find
nonsense.
my veins. And the
But the fact that she weighs so much that they can't find her veins to sell plasma anymore is actually kind of hilarious.
other place has a hard time finding my veins, and there's only one side that they can use. Eventually, that side scars up, and they can't use it.
Not
They'll be
just
able.
scars up. No, that's not what happens. It does scar. I have a scar over from where I donate blood because I usually ask them to do it on my left arm because I'm right-handed. Again, see, like I didn't want to pause this much, but this is a topic I know a lot about, and it's so frustrating that she's so fucking wrong about it. Like
Able to use
she's
it.
like it's not that it scars up. What ends up happening is your vein will collapse, and you can no longer draw from that vein. That's what happens when you shoot up too much in the same vein. It collapses. Okay, it's not what she
Then,
said.
if you use it too
What
much, you
she
won't be
said's
able to. And,
wrong.
and
So
sometimes
we're all on the
I
same
I
page.
haven't been able to do a full cycle, and that'll cause me to get deferred. But you
She can't even do a full cycle of plasma donation,
guys really should
and she still
think
wants to
about
sell
donating
it. She can't
plasma.
even sit there
That's
for
four
one.
hundred dollars a month. Just donate.
$400 a month? No, it's not. Hey, let's check how many times a month you can donate plasma. Let's take a look. How frequently are you allowed to donate? Because the donation ones are the ones that kind of set the rules, you know? So let's take a look at this. What is it? How many units a year? Twice a week. So 13 times a year. The limit is once every 28 days for the Red Cross. So even more. So 13 times a year. The FDA. So if she's doing it at like a place that sells it, they probably let you donate a lot more frequently. But if you're donating, not selling, donating through the Red Cross, it's once a month. So you donate about 12, 13 times a year. If you sell it, they're going to use the FDA rules and do it as much as possible. She said it was $400 a month and she was getting $60 per session. So 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 360. So if she donated 6 times a month, she'd make $360. If she donated 7 times, she'd make $420. So for selling her plasma, for selling seven, at least 7 units of plasma in 1 month, she'd get paid $420. Guys, that's a lot of plasma, okay? I'm just gonna tell you right now. Don't sell that much of your plasma. Don't do that. Even when I was at my worst using, I didn't sell plasma. I still donated that
Donating
shit
plasma,
because I believe
just
in
sit there and donate plasma. You make $400.
because if
That's like good money,
so
and
stupid.
especially if
Yeah,
you're
that's
deferred in
good
time.
money. Tophia sitting there to be human fucking plasma. Like you're You're literally like the pigs that we used to use to make insulin. If that's the best you're doing, I just dropped the shit out of my phone. Literally like a
Time
pig that we
donator,
use to make insulin.
your first
That's your
time
equivalent.
you get
I'm already at
$100
two
for the
hours.
5 times
I'm
that you
done.
donate
This is so
plasma.
fucking.
You
I'm
can
sorry I had to
only
pause for
donate
like 10
plasma
minutes to talk
twice
about
a
that. I
week,
wanted this to be
but you
done.
have to wait in between. So you have to wait two
Yeah,
days
twice a week, like
and
I
then
just did my
donate. So
job.
you can't donate plasma, go the next day and donate. You have to wait two
It's
days
so
in
stupid.
between and then go donate plasma. So and that's like $400 a month. No, it go your first time donating plasma, you get $100 bonus. All you do is just go in there and tell them, hey. And not only do you make money donating plasma, you can refer a friend and make money referring someone to donate plasma.
Sophia, how many
You just
people
give
have
them
you
your
referred to donate plasma that you got paid for besides your mom? Like you're talking about this like it's a multi-level marketing like business you're involved with. Like I can go out there, I can get more plasma donors under me every time they donate, I get a chunk of it. Like what are you fucking talking about? You're talking about selling plasma here, chick. What are you talking about? You are literally talking about selling your body for cash. It's just not in the way most people think about it. You are quite literally selling your organs. I don't know what else to
QR
say.
code, and when they have to go to
You would rather sell your bodily fluids than work. You think that a better option is to sit there and be a plasma pincushion than to work a job. That's crazy. Especially coming from someone who donates as much blood as I can every year. I'm O negative. I give fucking 6 units of red cells every year, 3 double reds a year. That's the maximum you're able to do. I do it every fucking year because it's so important to me. Meanwhile, she's given like lessons on why donating plasma is going to make you into a
times though.
millionaire. Like
The
I,
second time donating, you get
wow, you make four
paid.
hundred dollars a month. So
I
over an
referred
entire
someone, get
year,
paid
you'd make
referral when you refer people to
$4,800
plasma.
donating
So when you
plasma.
refer somebody,
So in exchange
they
for
have
being
to
a
go. They
human
can't just go
plasma
once. They have to go
pincushion,
twice. So their
you
second
get
time when they go
roughly
donate
five
plasma
thousand
is when you
dollars
get
a
paid.
year.
You make $400 a
Great
month
money,
basically.
Tophia.
Well, for
It's
me,
great
when I
money.
donated plasma, it went. I was donating plasma to pay the storage. That's what I was literally
That's
doing.
crazy.
I was saving the money
She's
to
gonna
pay
do
for
it again.
storage.
She
But
will have
because
to
I
do it
was
again. I don't know
having
where else
so much
she's gonna
trouble,
get the money.
I can't plas anymore. But literally, that's where my
I
plasma
can't
money was
plas
going.
anymore?
It was going to pay my
Did she just
storage,
say
and
I
it was
can't
going.
plas
I was using it to
anymore?
pay my phone bill. I
Like
was
she
saving,
abbreviated it? Like, yeah, I
but
can't
because
plas anymore. You
my
know, you
first
guys.
time, oh, and then you get a when
Reminds
you
me of the
go
South
back
Park
because you haven't plasma for so
GLP-1
many
episode.
time, and you go back, you
You
get
won't
a
believe it.
bonus
These
for going back.
drugs,
I didn't tell anyone
they
anything
make you
because I don't
want
want people to
things
stalk me,
less, and your
follow me,
dick
all
totally
of that stuff.
works.
But now I can't do that. I already know if I
What?
go back and I can't complete the plasma cycle, I'll get deferred, which means I can't go back at all forever. Once you get
No, that's
deferred,
okay. That's not what that means at all. Someone, no. Maybe it's different at the place she's going to sell it because it's a private institution. Maybe. Not true of any regular blood bank, not true of the Red Cross. They will not defer you for life unless you have things that will defer you for life. This is
that
so
means you're not
stupid.
allowed to go back and
This is
plas
like
ever
this is
again.
such a
And
waste of
some
money.
people get
I'm so
deferred for life,
sorry
and
this took up
sometimes
such
it's
a chunk of
their
this
fault. If
video, but this
they're
pissed me
drug
off because
IV
she's
users, they
so
get deferred.
ignorant.
If drinking,
She's so fucking
some people
ignorant.
will drink alcohol.
No, see,
Gotta be
she's
because
wrong because that changed. It used to be if you had ever injected or used or anything, you were banned for life. And actually, then they changed it because I know people that were permanently deferred because of that. Now it's if you've used it within the last, if you've used it, intravenous drugs or intramuscular drugs. Basically, if you've injected drugs of any kind within the last year, or if you've had sex for money within the last year, or if you've gotten a tattoo within either the last year or 6 months, I don't remember.
careful in
It's
plasma
not
because
a permanent deferral at a donation center. At a plasma sales center, where you're literally wholesaling your body, you're literally doing that. I know you like the word literally a lot, Sophia. You are literally wholesaling your organs and fluids at this center for $400 a month for 5 grand a year. Unreal.
after you plas, you
Unreal.
get tired too.
And
For
I'm
me,
someone, yeah, no shit, you get tired. Like, of course, you just depleted your body's plasma. Now your blood's way thicker because now you have way less plasma. Your red cells are still, you've returned all of them. You returned all the platelets. It's all that shit's still there, but less plasma, which means that that shit needs to be pushed harder to pump harder. So your heart's gonna pump it harder because you have less plasma. Hence why plasma saves people going into shock because it keeps their blood pressure up. Fucking
I drink
idiot.
electrolytes before I go class
Yeah,
because
you
for me
before.
that
Why is she calling it before I go class? Who has ever said that? As someone who's donated, I'm literally one donation away from getting my 5 gallon cart. I've never heard someone say, "Yeah, I'm gonna go Reds today," or "Yeah, I'm gonna go Bloods today," or "Yeah, I'm gonna go Class today." Is this like some homeless people speak that I've never actually heard? That's the only thing I can think of is at the shelter other people say that. That makes no
works
sense. I
because
can't
you
go
get sleepy.
Plas.
You know what I mean? You get
Who the fuck
sleepy after
says
you
that?
class. No, I don't want to
Who
start a
said?
OF. I don't
Stop
want
saying that. Stop saying go Plas.
that out there of me.
It makes it sound like like Lizzo, like from South Park, like Lizzo the drug, like we go, like you're talking about like we Govy or something. What?
I was
Shut the
donating
fuck
plasma,
up.
even though I don't like needles. I was
You're not
subjecting myself
donating
to that
shit.
because
You're
hey,
getting
it helps.
if they give you $60 for your plasma, you didn't donate shit. You got paid for it. You're the one that loves to make the distinction between free work and getting paid for it. You're getting paid. You're not a donor. You don't get to fucking call yourself a donor. That plasma doesn't end up in the hands of anybody that needs it because they're sick or ill or burned. That plasma ends up in the hands of a business doing research with it. Fuck you.
Help me pay my storage. When they poke you, it's just like a poke, and I do get a little bit scared. For me,
Fuck
it's
you,
really
pussy.
scary,
Fuck
but
off.
suck it up. $400 a month,
Yeah, suck
extra
it up.
easy money, and you get it the same day.
You know
Once
what's
you
even
class,
crazier is you can donate
the
once you
money is in your.
class. Oh my God. Oh my God. She keeps saying it. Shut the fuck up. Shut up about this. Why are you proud of this? Why are you
Card
bragging about
same
this
day.
on a
You don't gotta wait.
stream that you sell your plasma because you're so fucking broke, so lazy, so unwilling to work that instead of giving something freely to your community that it really needs, believe it or not, blood supply is critical infrastructure to our country. Imagine going to a hospital and they didn't have the blood type that you needed to survive, or the plasma that you needed, or the platelets that you needed. Tophia, you didn't contribute shit to anyone. All you did was sell your plasma to a company. You didn't help anyone with your. You didn't donate. You sold, and you're the one that loves to make a distinction there. I'm making a huge
They
fucking
pay you
distinction
right
here.
away. Why not
You're a
make a little
fucking
extra
plasma
cash? But that's gas
salesperson.
money. That money was bill money. But I don't do it
Yeah,
anymore because I can't. Well, the only reason why I showed my
feels so
bruises is
bad.
because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to plasma anymore. My veins are really hard to
Why does she
open.
keep saying
So if people want to go to
plas?
the plasma center and look for me, well, I'm not going to be there because I don't
Nobody's
go
gonna
plasma
do that.
anymore.
This is what I'm talking about. She's so paranoid. They're gonna
They
go to a
can't find my
plasma
veins.
center and
And if I
look
can't
for
complete a
her.
cycle,
Yeah, that's what
then
people
I
do,
get
Tophia.
deferred.
They hang
Because the other
around
place told
plasma
me
donations
if
and
you
it's
don't
looking for
complete a
you.
cycle, we're gonna defer you. You need to finish your class, which I drink water. The
You know
machine stopped.
why the company said that to you? It's because you're getting paid. It's because of the reason you've already said. They're paying you, even though you're not. Once again, you can't even hold up your side of a bargain or a contract. The agreement is I give you a unit or two of plasma. You pay me $60. Except every time you've talked about it, they fail to get the plasma out of you, but still gave you the $60. That's why they're fucking saying they're done with you because you're getting paid to do nothing. You're getting paid for nothing. They're giving you $60 to poke you with a needle. Essentially, they're paying you $60 for a hematologist to practice on you. Unbelievable.
Stops working sometimes, and I drink lots of
You're
water
a
before I go
moron.
class. I don't have an issue with the water because I drink water. Because you have to drink
Moron.
water
Yes,
every day
you
to go
absolutely.
class.
You do
So I
not drink
drink water too.
nearly enough water to go donate plasma that regularly.
Like if you have to wait
Unbelievable.
2 days, you should technically be drinking water 2 days before you go class. You don't just drink a bunch
Stop
of
saying
water.
go
Some
plas.
people
You
will
go
drink a bunch of water the
sell
day of,
plasma.
and then they'll
I
drink
don't
more
go
water when they
plas. I
get
don't
there
go
so they can
reds.
class. And sometimes
Oh
that
my
works for people,
God, it's
but
so
don't drink the
painful.
water the
Shut
day of.
up.
Then you didn't drink
Shut
water
up.
the day before. You need to at
Please
least drink
stop
water
saying
2 days before you go
class.
to class. Well, they
Oh my
can't use
God.
plasma from
She
your hand.
you
It has
got
to
she must have used this expression a dozen times by this point, and I want to shoot myself in the head every fucking
be
time.
in your arm,
I
and it has
really
to
want
be
to
like a
kill
certain
myself.
area. So, but if the
The next time
plasma
I hear
doesn't
her say
work,
it, you guys might hear
it's
me
not
jump
because you're not
from a
drinking
roof,
water. Sometimes it
from a
just doesn't work.
nine-story building.
Especially because the other place, it stopped working because the blood wasn't flowing to the machine. The vein
She has
stopped
no idea what
producing
the fuck
blood,
she's talking
and
about.
they had to fix it so that the blood would flow to the machine. Because that's partially the
No idea
reason
what
why
she's
the
talking
machine stopped working for me at the other place. They found a vein that worked. They got blood out of it, but then
No
They
idea
tell
what
me
you're talking
I
about.
have to stay a certain way, not to move, because if I
Yeah,
move even
no
a little bit, then I
shit.
don't.
You have a fucking needle in your arm that's draining fluid from you. If you move a lot, it's not even complicated. You just can't move that arm. If you move it a lot, guess what happens? The needle moves, it can stick out through the other side, which, by the way, causes insane bruising. So that's probably something that happened to you one of the times you went to donate plasma. The reason I know that is because that happened to me once, and when that happens, you do get deferred from donating that day, and you can't go back actually until like it's as if you fully donated if they get anything out of you, even if they can't use it. So she's not totally wrong about that. But again, she's doing this at a
Don't move
private
at all, and
business.
then it just
Not at the
stops
Red Cross,
flowing
not the
to
New
the
York
tube.
Blood
So
Bank
then they
or
have
Blood
to
Center where
munk
I
with it
go.
so the blood will
Like,
start flowing again. Because
no
I
fucking
have a
idea what
tiny
she's
vein
talking about.
on this side, I think, or this side. There's a tiny vein.
It's
They're
not a
able
time
to get
you.
it,
No, no, you have a very large vein. The problem is you're really fat and they can't find it.
but it goes very
Take a UV light and shine it on your arm, Tophia. You'll see every fucking vein pop out at
slow.
you.
What usually would take a
Moron.
40 to 30 hour laying in the bed
A
and
40
doing
to
all of that,
30
I had to
hours
40 to
laying in
30
the
hours.
bed?
Is that what I said? No, 40 to 30 minutes. It takes
Yeah,
40 to
she's
30 minutes
she's
of
so
you laying
stupid.
in a
She was
bed
originally saying
donating
it takes
plasma, right?
40
What
hours to
takes 40
donate
to 30
plasma.
minutes would take me an hour plus or an hour because
That's actually a thing in Australia in particular where like people donate plasma is like a bigger thing in certain regions and people who donate plasma they do it differently and the way you can donate plasma in European countries is like if you like bike a lot, if you have really good cardio and stuff, you will donate plasma faster than people who don't because your body's like more efficient at pumping your blood and stuff like that. So you can actually as Sophia says, the worst thing I've ever heard, shut the fuck up, never say it again. In those countries, you can literally donate plasma in like 5 minutes if you're good at it, you know.
you gotta
Like
wait till it goes up
it's
to
like a
100%.
competition on the
Then you gotta
Reddit
wait for the
boards
light to
for it.
turn green. Then they come and they wrap you with that thing, and then they take it. And
They
the thing
wrap you
is
with
like
it's called
it
a
takes me longer
bandage
because
and some
if they can't
gauze.
get if they mess up on this arm, they blow
It's
a vein.
gauze and then
They have
a
to go in
like
this arm,
a
and when they
bandage
have to
that
use
gets
the arm that has a
wrapped
small
that
vein in it, a
sticks.
tiny vein, then it
You
takes
have
me
a
a lot
big
longer. And I'm
vein.
like, so
You
it
don't
takes
have a tiny vein,
so I
Sophia.
just have way
You
too
have
many
huge
issues. Well, not
veins.
issues. It's just that issue. That's the only issue and the reason
You
why I
just
can't
can't find them
fast.
because you're
Learn
insanely
to fly, but
blubberous.
we both know you're
It'd be like
wrong.
trying to
There's
find a
nothing we
vein
can
on a
do
polar
together.
bear.
Undo what you
You get what I'm
done
saying?
to
You might
me.
find it
I'm
eventually, but
begging.
it's
Hey,
going to be really
someone who's
difficult
breathing,
and
you
it
have
might
to
kill
have
you.
good vitals and iron levels. I have good iron levels. My iron is great. Everything is great.
Iron levels have nothing to do with donating plasma. They are only related to donating red blood cells. I take an iron pill even as a man because I donate red blood cells so much that my iron is constantly lower than an average male's. So I take iron. Iron has
When I
nothing to do
go
with
in
what she's
there.
talking about. It has to do with hemoglobin
I don't have
and
no
ferritin
issues when they
levels
do the physical
for red blood
before
cells
donate plasma. I
specifically,
don't have
or
any
whole
issues. My
blood
iron is
eventually,
great
but
because if
mainly
your
for
iron
double
is
red blood
low,
cells.
they
So your
usually tell
ferritin
you
and
to sit
hemoglobin iron
and
needs to be
wait
above a
until
certain
your
level,
iron goes up.
and you need to weigh a
They'll
certain
tell you that they
amount
retest
and
your
be a
iron.
certain height
So they say sit
so
there
that
and
you have
wait
a
till
certain
your
amount of
iron goes up, and
volume
then
of
we'll
red blood
retest
cells.
you.
It's about the
I knew
volume
someone
at
that had
that
to
point,
wait because
not
their
the
iron was low.
mass
But for me, my iron is
stuff.
always good. I don't have low iron. I used to be anemic, but not anymore. So all my
Being
vitals,
anemic
everything is
doesn't
great.
necessarily mean you have low
The only
iron. It
issue
just means you're anemic.
is not
You
completing a
other things
cycle,
can
and
cause
that
that
could be because of my veins.
than
Sometimes they have a
being
hard
low
time
on
finding
iron.
my veins, and when they poke me, we don't even get to even start. And
That's
even
really
if you get poked
embarrassing.
sometimes, because I got poked twice,
That's
and they
really
can't find
embarrassing.
anything,
Can you
they're not
imagine if
paid.
you had to go to the hospital and like needed an IV really badly? They might have to do a fucking central line on you. How embar Aren't you like embarrassed by that? I That's not you don't have a lip Tophia, it's not oh I have such tiny veins they can't find them. No. You're very large. You have very large veins, I promise you. They're as
In the
large as your
beginning, they're
arm.
like a
Or
couple
okay,
of
not
times
the
they'll
same
give you a
size as your
pass and
arm,
be like,
but
we'll pay you just
what I
because we
mean is
poked
they're
you.
proportionally as large
But
as
then
your
after
arm
a while,
is.
they can't pay you
The vein
unless
you
you
have in
provide
that
at
arm
least
that's on
some
screen
amount
is
of
enormous.
past the amount of plasma they require. Because some people don't even do the 200, I think it's milliliters of plasma. And even if you go past the amount that is required for you to get paid, you can
I
still
can't
be
remember. I
paid,
think it is
even though if
400
you don't
milliliters. I think
get
it's
the whole
400
thing of plasma.
milliliters for double red, so it'd be
But I just
200
have
for a unit.
issues, and it's not the
I
physical
think.
issues because when I
Either
do the
4 or
physical
500,
stuff,
I can't
I
remember.
pass. Like
I want
poke
to
your
say
finger,
4.
that hurts more than getting the needle in my arm. And when they go, that
Sophia's such a pussy. She thinks that the little pin prick she gets on the tip of her finger hurts more than the gigantic, huge large gauge needle that's stuck in your arm for 40
That little
minutes.
finger prick thing they have to do when they
Somehow that
test your
hurts even
blood.
more.
Ouch.
Even
That
though she
hurts.
already
And I
was
would
talking
have
about how
thought the
she
needle,
would
because I don't
move
like the
around
needle in
all
my
the
arm when
time
they go in there,
while
they
she
just
had a
poke.
needle in her
It's a
arm and
poke.
fuck
It
it
does
up.
hurt. I don't really like it, but that could deter me from donating plasma as a finger prick. Because a finger poke hurts more
That's
than
so
getting the needle
embarrassing.
in my arm. Do you do anything else besides
That's
sitting?
crazy that you
Not
think
all
that a
day.
finger
I don't sit
prick
all
is
day.
worse than
Who's
having
my
a needle
crush?
in
If
your
I
arm.
have one, I wouldn't tell you.
That's
Of course, I would like
insanity,
someone who is
Tophia.
dating somebody, right?
That's
Sure do know how to pick up
craziness.
now. It's either I like someone that doesn't like me back, like not like that. Someone
That's
has
crazy.
been
I'm sorry, guys. I wasted so much
didn't
time
work
talking
out.
about blood
Anyway,
donation and stuff. Like, I
because I
wanted
don't
this
want to
just to be
bring it up.
over already.
Because
We
when I
said almost
bring
fucking
up
20
that,
minutes
I
ago.
don't want them to think I'm talking
I'm
about them.
pissed at
I'm not.
myself now, I guess.
But
But
I
she
just
says stuff that's
there is
so
someone that
wrong
I
that
do like,
like
but
I
they
just
have
have
a
to.
girlfriend
I
or
feel like if I
boyfriend.
don't
Well, they're
address it,
single, but
it's like
they have a
I'm
girlfriend. They
not
have
being true to
issues with the
myself
person.
as someone that
But it's
like
just like
that's
I find them
a
attractive.
lot
It's
of
not
people
like I
like
will
me
date them
who
or anything
donate blood
because
that regularly.
for
It's like
me,
a
I am
fairly
having an
large part of my
issue and I'm
identity when
trying
I
to
do.
work through
You know,
that
I
issue.
literally plan my
So
year
I'm not
around blood
thinking about
donations. I
dating
literally
someone
schedule
else.
it,
And I never
like I
dated
said,
anyone.
because I know I'm gonna
I was
do
not in a
malaria.
relationship
I
by
will schedule
no
it so that
means,
the
but
time I
you
can't
know what I
donate
mean? A
overlaps
single
with
mother.
that.
I don't even have kids. I don't have a secret crush. Well, my issue
Like
being is that
I'm such
I
a big
really had
proponent of
strong
blood
feelings
donation.
for someone.
If every single person in America that was eligible to just donated on one random day once a year, our shortage would affect, or we would effectively have no shortages of blood. Effectively. Now, yes, you could argue there might still be
And I'm
retail
trying
shortages or due
to
to
work past that.
mass
And
casualty
right now, I'm not
events.
thinking
But
about
generally
other people, and
speaking,
I'm not
mass casualty
thinking about
events are
that
the people
person
who
all day.
donate the
That's
most.
not
And it's actually
fine,
not the
whatever.
best
But
because what
when
ends up happening is like
you
a
have
mass
moments of
casualty event
things like
happens,
that,
right? Like let's
and
say 9/11 happens, right? And so because of that, let's say 500,000 people come out and donate blood because of that, right? Well, they didn't really need all that blood for that, right? 500,000 units is a lot, assuming one person gave one unit. Like on average, that's what it would be. One unit of whole blood or a unit of platelets or 2 units, whatever. It doesn't matter. Let's just go units of whole blood, right? 500,000 units. Red blood cells can only they only have a shelf life of 28 days. Platelets have a shelf life of 1 week, and plasma you can essentially store indefinitely. So 2 out of 3 of those essential blood components last a month or less, or for platelets, a week or less. So if every single person in this country just picked one random day of the year, threw a dart at a dartboard, picked a date based on that, and just went and donated, we would be in a much better
it's
shape as a
just
nation right now.
hard
And it would
to
prove
not
that we
think
actually
about
care
that.
about each
And
other
I
and
don't
like
know.
donate
I'm
and
not
shit.
talking badly. I'm just saying, it hurts, and especially if it's failed,
I'm not
something that,
talking shit. I'm
well,
not
not
talking badly. I'm
failed,
just
but
telling
you
you
know
guys
what I
all the
mean? It
bad
didn't
shit about
work out. That hurts.
Bitch,
Considering the
shut
fact that
up.
I
Like,
really
shut
love
up.
hard, and for
Shut
me,
up.
that's
Shut
hard
up.
because it's
Shut
like
up
I
about
look
this
at all these
topic.
things that happened,
Please
and it's
stop
like,
talking about this
oh, you're a
topic.
failure. Oh,
I'm
there's a
begging you.
lot of things that go through my brain because
Begging
I
you
don't
to
want to
stop
talk
talking about
about
donating
a
plasma.
recent situation because I don't want to talk bad about the person, and I'm not bringing
Oh my
personal
God.
stuff
I don't want to
online.
talk bad about the
But for
person,
me,
but here's all the bad things I'm about to say. She does this all the time. I don't want to talk bad about the person, but yeah, okay, it's huge butt, just like your butt. It's a
my
huge,
dating,
it's a huge
relationship,
ass.
love life stuff,
You're a huge
I
ass.
don't know. I
You're
don't
an
know
asshole.
where
You're just an
anyone is
asshole,
dating,
Tophia.
and
It's
I
like
feel like
it's like
I am gonna get
It's like
heartbroken, and
Walter
I already
in
have
the
planned
Big
for that
Lebowski. It's
because
like,
my
no,
thought
Walter, you're
process
not wrong. You're
is
just
if
a fucking
things don't work
asshole.
out in my brain right
For her,
away, and I
she's both
can't force
wrong
someone's
and
hand,
an
that's not what I
asshole,
mean.
which is
But
amazing.
I don't think I could ever pursue a relationship again. That's just like my thought process.
She
I
thinks
know there
that
are
she's
people that
32, she's never been in a relationship, and she thinks that she could never pursue one again. She's counting the like 2 weeks she was with Stud Shoe as the like, Sophia, you can't it's not how it works. You've never been in a relationship. Being with someone for 2 weeks is not being with someone for months, being with someone for a year, being with someone for 6 years, me and my wife.
when people say, "Oh, this
Six
love
fucking
is
years.
so strong that if it fails, I will never find something like this, and I
You're
know
talking
I'll
about
never
a love and
experience this
bond so
feeling, and I will
strong
never
for
want to
two
find
weeks
someone
of
again."
knowing someone.
That's like me. It's hard
Do you know
enough
how
as it is to
fucking
put yourself
pathetic
out
and
there, and
childish you
especially
sound?
because
Like
I'm
that's
not really a person to
so
just, how
pathetic
do
and
I say it,
childish,
be
you guys.
forward like
Like I
that
just said,
in
my
the
wife and I
fact
6 years
that I was
together.
so forward and I was
And
so
like we
out. It's
started
crazy
dating
because I've
and
never done anything
six
like
years
that
ago
in
we
my
got married
entire life. If
2 weeks
I
ago
knew the
now
person
in
liked me
a week or
and I
so.
liked them, I still would be shy,
Six
nervous,
fucking
or
years,
not even
Sophia.
admit things to
You
them.
were
I
with
would
someone for
still like,
less than
no,
a
I don't
month,
like you like that, even though they said they
and
like me.
you're
No,
trying to
I would
talk
be
like you
too
know about
afraid if the other
relationships
person.
and like, oh, my heart, mi corazón es roto, mi corazón es roto. You broke my heart. I can never love again. It will be so. I don't know if I'll ever be able to love again, you guys. That's what she just said. She just said she doesn't know if she'll ever be able to be in a relationship again because of what happened to her, which was
Do
nothing
that, but I was just like
happened to her, by the
YOLO,
way.
and I just
Nothing
put it
happened to
out
her
there,
in this story.
and I
Nothing.
don't do anything like that. And the fact that I did
Nothing
it,
happened to
I
her.
was not
She just
scared. I
got
just went
rejected.
for it. You know what I mean? It's crazy
Like
considering the past
nothing
moments I've done
happened to
that. I
her.
would have just been too afraid that the other person knew I liked them, even though I knew the other person liked me. I would still be afraid. Now I don't
She
care.
still uses the word like. I say this all the time, like a middle schooler. Do you like me? Check yes for yes. Check no for
If the
no.
other person knows, in
Send
a
note
sense of
back,
if I know
please.
they like me and I'm like, I don't care if they know I like them
Also,
back. I'm not
P.S. If the
afraid.
teacher
I'll
sees
just
it,
do it
just tell
because
them
for
that you
me,
checked
like I
yes so
said, and I
people
will say
don't
this,
make
we
fun
don't
of you.
have a long life to live. I'm not gonna be a
We don't, Tophia, I already had to bring this up out earlier. You were talking about how you thought you were going to live to 100 because of a song saying you've only got. And I think is the song go, you've only got 100 years to live or you've only got 500 years to give? I don't even remember. It's like, I've only got 500 years to give. It's either to give or to live. I think it's to live. Whatever. She thought from a song that that's how long people lived.
afraid to
She thought we all lived to 100 because of that song, you guys.
let
She said she's never looked up. Let's do it really quickly. Average lifespan in the USA. Let's take a look, you guys. It used to be 60, 76. Oh, it's gone up a little bit, 79. Cool, it's gone up 3 years. That's crazy. That's actually significant, 76 to 79, because it was dropping for a little bit. And I know it's different for women. It's probably closer to 81 for women, 77 for. Yep. What did I say? Oh my God, you guys! I am a fucking genius. I said 81 for women, 77 for men. I was off by literally zero point 0.5 on the end, the one and zero point 0.4 on the other. Okay. So anyway, back to this, Tophia. You're not gonna live to be
someone
100,
know
so
how I feel.
we don't
But
have to
my
talk about
process is
that.
going through something and it doesn't
Definitely
work
don't have to worry
out.
about you making
That's
you of all
scary.
people
I don't
making
want
it
to
to
keep going
100.
through that
The only way you'll make it to
heartache
100
of
is if you
pursuing
upload your
something that doesn't
brain
work
into
out.
Neuralink.
That's the thing
Like,
about those dating shows. I don't know how people do it. You go on those dating shows, the Age of Attraction that I was watching, that dating show, and the person makes it seem like they want to be with you, they love you all the way to the end, and then tell you,
no
I don't
way.
want
The
to
dating
pursue a
show's
relationship with you.
fake?
That's hurt. That's the worst thing
Guys,
in
the
the
dating
world
show is
to,
fake.
and I'm not saying it's a
Oh
waste of
my
time to
God.
invest
What do
into
we do?
someone's. I
Call
am a
911.
very
Call the
hard
police.
lover. When it comes down hard to love, I love hard, really
Help.
hard. I really care
What?
about
How does
someone.
Willy
When I'm in love
Wonka?
with someone, I'll
Help.
go to the
What
end
is?
of the
Oh
earth
God, I
for
wish
that
I could do the
person,
Willy
right?
Wonka. Stop.
But
Help.
for
Quick.
me, it's
No, stop.
scary
Help.
because
Police.
it's the
That's what he
unknown
says.
of possibly
Stop.
getting
Help.
to a point
Police.
where it's like, and it's just like,
Shut
that
up.
hurts. Imagine you
Yeah,
are
that
expressing
hurts.
your feelings, you have these
Imagine.
strong feelings, and they're like, goodbye.
Imagine
They
you
ripped it,
express your
ripped the
feelings to
rug out
someone and
from
they
under you.
don't
That's
reciprocate them. That
terrifying. To
hurts,
keep
you know,
constantly
you
going
guys.
through
That hurts so
heartbreak
much that I
is
become
hard. And I'm not talking
depressed.
well, I'm talking about past situations.
Shit.
Just ripped it,
Sorry,
ripped the
let's just
rug out
rewind
from
that for
under
a
you.
second.
That's terrifying. To keep constantly going through heartbreak is hard. And I'm not talking of well, I'm talking about past situations, but
She's talking about herself constantly going through heartbreak when she claims she's never been in a relationship and doesn't even know which gender she's attracted, or she claims she's attracted to both genders, claims she's never been in a relationship, claims she's a virgin, but she's had her heart broken over and over and over and over again in her 33 years on this planet.
but when I talk
So
about
I
heartbreak, I'm not
hate that
talking
I'm
about any
pausing this much, you guys, but it's like,
recent. It's just like in the
fuck you,
past,
Tophia. I don't know what
especially
else
when
to
people
say to
show
you.
interest
Like,
and then they rip it away. What was
I'm
all
so
that
pissed that this video went this
for
long too.
then?
I'm fucking
Here,
pissed
you
about
give
this.
someone your heart, they put it on
Really
the
hoping this would
ground
only
and they
make it
stomp
to
on it.
2 hours.
And it's
Only
just
to
like,
2:30.
I just, for me, my life hasn't been going good. I
No
always expect
shit.
the worst. I don't expect anything good to happen to me.
That's not true at all. You literally talk about all the time about how you think you're going to be given a $500,000 house, how you think you're just going to magically get a car, how you think you're going to be given all of these things because you're on a list that doesn't require you to work or do anything. She's on a waiting list for people that can work, can make money, can work on their own, can live on their own, but just don't. So she's like Andy Ditch, but without the diapers. I don't know what else to say. She literally wants to be able to just lay around all day and have people bring her
me.
shit. I,
That's just my life.
like
And when
she's like a
something is
Roman,
going good, I
like
always
a
expect it to
Roman
go
like
wrong because I
estate.
know it's like it's not that I sometimes I do think I don't deserve good
She wants like
things. I do.
slaves to
And
bring
it's
her
just it
grapes
really
and
hurts.
shit.
Where you
Like she's
can love
so
people
fucking
that you haven't
delusional.
dated. For me, and this is what people don't understand. Someone say, "Oh,
Yeah, what
you
don't we
fall in love with
understand?
anyone that gives you attention." It's not attention.
She
I
falls in
don't love
love
that
left
person
and right.
because
You
they
guys,
gave
she's
me
had. I mean,
attention.
she claims she's had
That
her
was
heart
far from the
broken
reason why I love
forever.
somebody.
Someone
It's the
who's
way that
never
they
been in
treat
a
you. It's their
relationship and
personality. It's the
never
way
had
that they
sex
are.
before.
They're a beautiful person on the inside and
You're
out.
so this is
That
like
not
when
just
Chris
because someone
Chan
gives
gave
me
sex advice.
attention.
Like, dude,
That is
what
far
are you
from that.
talking about, Sophia?
Just how
You
they
have
treat
no
others,
experience with
how
this.
I see them.
You have no experience with
Sometimes,
this at
and
all.
I don't know if I should say that because I was gonna say
Like,
something, but I don't know
none.
if I want to say it. No, it's not a crop top. I thought that I was something did happen, and my thought I was put on this earth to my God. Like I said, I'm not an atheist, but I feel like my purpose was to show someone love
What are you
that they never
talking about?
experienced because they never had that type of love. Because not even from their parents, not even from someone. And
What?
I believe that I was put on earth to show that person type of love they deserve. That's was my
What
thought
does that have
process
to do with
because
being an
I think maybe
atheist?
that was my purpose in life.
Are you
Crazy,
arguing that
right?
God
Because
gave her that
some
purpose,
people
but
grow
she's an
up
atheist so
feeling
she doesn't believe
unloved,
in? What are you
feeling
talking
they
about?
don't they've never
None
had
of this
parents
makes
that
any
love them.
sense to you
The
guys.
first love that you see, the first love that you
Her
ever have is from
first
your
love,
parents.
her first love, you guys. What grade do we think it was? Second grade, first grade, third grade? Definitely before fourth grade. You know, your first big crush. I remember my first big crush when I was 5. Okay, her name was Alexandra, and she had a birthday party that was Disney princess themed. Okay, and she knew I was into her. Okay, and I was 5, and she was 5, and her parents used to think it was cute. All right. So my first love, there you go. Couldn't tell you her last name today. Don't know anything else. I just remember going to the birthday party. I remember spending time with her outside of there playing because we were kids and I thought she was cute and I liked her and I was shy around her. Oh, how cute, the little kid. You're talking like you're in middle school. The first love of my life. I was fucking 5, you know? What are you talking about? You've never been in a relationship. What love are you talking about? Like she's about to start talking about the love from your parents now, and it's not the same. I guarantee she says, but it's not the same. I'm betting money because I've already been right about a bunch of other shit. Sorry, we'll keep
From
going.
the time you grow up, your first love is your parents. And when you don't have your parents because you're in a they're abusive or they never loved you or you were adopted, you were in and
So the first love you had from your parents, but when you're adult, if your parents didn't love you and you don't have them, like, do you even listen to what you're saying? If your parents don't love you and never loved you, you wouldn't have gotten love as a child. You wouldn't be taught. Whatever. You
out of
guys know
foster
what I'm
care,
saying.
your
Like,
adopted parents didn't show
whatever.
you love. You never knew what
Whatever.
love is like. And some people don't know
Uh,
how to accept the type of love that they're given, especially if it's strong feelings. When it's strong feelings, that's when people start pushing away. They push people away because, and I heard people talk at places. They say self sabotage. I push people away because the love I'm receiving, I didn't think I deserved that. You know, and I think people do deserve it. I just think that they don't because they've never experienced that love. And for me, I believed I was put on that earth to show someone that they deserve that. I don't know how to explain it. And it hurts when things happen because it's just like maybe that was my purpose. And maybe to show that to someone and then not have that, maybe that's the way it's meant to be. And I shouldn't think like that. People be, oh, you'll find someone, but I just can't take the constant hurt. I'm just trying to be positive. I don't know. It's just a lot. You know what I mean? I just don't know. Like people don't understand. It's not like, and especially when I say certain things, people be like guilt tripping. I can't really talk about certain situations because I don't bring all of it to social media. Man, if people heard what I said, it would be crazy. But I'm not here to like, make it a story or make it like a topic. That's not. But when we're talking about relationships, when we're talking about people just think, oh, to an extent, I choose to be
Sophia,
single, but it's not
what are you
because
talking about?
nobody wants
You're
me. We can't
acting
just
like
talk
these are
about
things that
these
you
things
do
like
and
Miguel.
choices that you
Fine,
make.
he's
Like
okay
you're
with me
choosing to
saying
be
certain things online,
single.
but some people
Even
aren't
though a
okay. And
couple
then
weeks ago you were talking about being in a relationship with a stud cheer. Oh my God, I even talk about that, you guys. I saw the fucking video finally of her fucking of her stat. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. I have to find the link to it. How the fuck did I forget to mention this at the start of the video? Yeah, someone pulled the fucking body cam footage. We had talked about in the last video about how, Freedom of Information Act exists. That's how they got it. Certain states have sunshine laws too, which allows access to it. And she was complaining like, oh, they shouldn't have access to that. Yes, they should. I'm pretty sure if someone is like accused of a felony and there's body cam footage of them sitting near the body with a bloody knife covered in the victim's blood, that people should be allowed to see that. Um, the jury should definitely be allowed to see it in the right context, and I think the general public should be able to see it to know that she's a psychopath who will stab you to death in the head. I totally forgot about this.
It's not about a topic. Nobody's a topic.
So like we're almost at the end, and then
I
like,
really
oh
let
my
that
God,
person.
I'm so
That's not
sorry,
a
guys. I
topic.
forgot about that
They're
too.
not a topic. That
God
was
damn,
like
it's
my
gonna be a
life,
long
but
video. I
my
wanted this
life
to be
is
two
no
hours,
memory of that.
but I
Like,
still
not
can't get it down, guys.
gotta stop that
I
thing
mean, I guess
saying
I'm still not. It's not a
hard. You
2-to-1.
can't
That'd be
turn
three
that off.
hours, but it's
It's
not
like
tomorrow.
trying to shut my brain down. I
Be
can't
closer
shut
to
my
three
brain
hours
off.
too.
It doesn't work like that. For me, well,
You
I have.
definitely can shut brain, Tophia. You don't need to shut it off. You just need to sit there and do nothing. Your brain is not like you're acting like you gotta like rev your brain up like it's a fucking generator. Trust me, you don't. You don't gotta do that. Your brain's gonna
Want
be
to
the
speak
same.
it into existence. And I don't
Trust me on
know.
that.
I don't. I'm not
You are
like
not
if
making
a
stuff
relationship
smarter. You're
happens,
not
it happens,
revving it
right?
up with a
But
chainsaw,
I
okay?
don't know. I just don't
You
think
don't have
I'll
a
experience
turbocharger
anything
in
like
your
I
brain.
recently experienced.
Promise you.
I don't think I'll ever find something that
Promise you,
matches.
you're not that
That's
smart.
that's just
I
how
hate
I
to say
feel.
it, but
I
I
I
promise you,
don't
you're stupid.
like I have loved and
I
liked
don't know
people,
what
but
else to
not like
say. Like, do we
this.
need to go into
This is a
physics,
whole other
chemistry? Like,
different
what
thing for me. This
field
is something
do
that
I
is
need to
new. That's like
explain
whoa.
to
Other
her
people,
to
this
prove
is
how
wrong. This is
stupid she
anything
is?
that I've ever
Take
experienced.
literally any
To
hard
try and
science for
shut
the
my
most
brain
part.
off
I'm
from
pretty
that, I
familiar
don't
with,
know. I
with the
just don't want
exception
to
of
talk
like
about it.
specific
I'm
fields
just
of
talking about
chemistry
how I
and
feel.
exotic
It's not
physics
about
and stuff like
specific
that.
people. I'm not making
Like I'm not very
people a
good at
subject.
chemistry.
I'm
Well, I
not
mean,
anything.
basic chemistry like valence selection and stuff like that. I'm pretty good at, but like organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry. Like once you start getting into like nature chemicals, all of this shit, I'm just not good at this point. But pick a field, Tophia, that you think you know something about, and let me tell you how wrong
I'm
you
talking
are.
about how I'm feeling in myself. I'm not talking about a situation with
You're even
people.
wrong
What
about
I'm
how you're
talking about
feeling,
is just how I
probably.
feel.
Because
And
the way you speak in
relationships, it's
English,
like
you say
people
things you
say,
often
"Oh,
don't mean
no,
or
one
don't
wants to
make
be in a
sense.
relationship," but I can't
So what you're
explain
saying
my
right now might
personal
not
life
even be
because it's
right.
not for social media. No one knows if someone's interested.
Her personal life isn't for social media, even though she ranted and raved about how she's bisexual on social media. She ranted and raved how she was punished for being bisexual on social media. She ranted and raved about that relationship with a woman who stabbed someone in the head and is going to prison forever. What else? Like, what else
In
can I
me or
even
not. I'm
name?
not gonna come to social media and talk about that. Beat me up
You
because I already
do
know
it
how people are. I
every
don't play
day. You've done it in this video alone probably 20
stuff to
times.
the internet. Yes, I brought some
You
situations
know,
to the
like
internet because I was hurt. I didn't know what to do with that hurt. I didn't really have anyone to talk to. I
wow,
talked
you
to my
didn't know what to
therapist
do
who
with
was
all
still
that
eating me
hurt,
up
huh?
inside. For me,
These are the most cliche fucking things anyone could ever say. That's something like an eighth grader would say. Or like I
I feel
just
like
don't
I will
get
never
it.
experience something
I
like I've
don't get how
experienced.
her
And
brain. She's literally like a middle schooler. Her brain, the way she behaves, her entitlement, like it's like she never grew up past eighth grade, maybe even sixth grade. Like it's really
me,
weird and
it hurts
sad and
because it's
mostly
just like,
pathetic.
what do I do with this? I know,
Like,
I don't know where my life is
you're
going. I
33
can't
years
just
old. You claim that you've been going to therapy and doing all this stuff to better yourself, and you don't know how to deal with an emotion,
I don't want to control
a
the outcome
common
in a
one,
sense. So that's a thing to
but you
explain,
don't want
and
to control the outcome of
it's
your
not
emotions. You
explaining
just want
because of the
whatever to happen
topic,
to
but
happen.
I
Let the
just
chips fall,
can't
make
bring that here.
let the
I
chips
really don't
fall where
know.
they will.
I don't know
Like what?
what's happening. I don't know
You
what's
don't
going
want to help
on.
yourself be
I
better
don't
by
really
taking
know
medicine or by doing
where my life
anything
is
that will
taking
improve your
me.
life. So
I had a dream, and when I woke up, I was sad because I knew that I was happy in the
when she
dream, but
woke
then when
up,
I
she
woke
was
up, I was
sad.
sad because I knew that was
That's some deep philosophy. She knew that when she'd wake up, she'd be sad because her life's a miserable black hole pit of misery and existence and just terrible, terrible toxicity. And she knew that when she'd wake up, she would no longer be happy. The only time Sophia is happy, according to this right here, is when she's asleep. The only time Sophia experiences any level of happiness in her life is when she's unconscious, having a happy dream, so she doesn't even control the outcome of it. Sophia, get your lazy ass a fucking job. Then, when you wake up, you won't want to blow your fucking brains out all over the fucking mirror in the bathroom. I don't know what else to tell you.
It's a
Like,
possibility that was never gonna
if
happen.
your life is so terrible that you dread waking up because you'll go from being happy to being completely miserable, you need to see a doctor. You need to take that fucking medication, and you need help. You need a
That
lot of help.
sucks. And you do. Well, I can't explain that.
You need a lot of
I'm
help,
not gonna
Sophia.
say what the dream was, but it was. I woke up
I'm
and
gonna be
it was
really
sad.
coy. I won't say what it was, but I'm gonna give that coy smile and put my finger on my lips so that you guys have an idea. It was definitely a sex dream because I'm in heat, as Santoki says. It was a fucking sex dream. She had a woman's equivalent of a wet dream.
It's not only that
It
I've been
wasn't
having
real.
dreams about my brother being alive, and that really
So
hurts.
sad. Too bad, so sad. You want to talk about that dream, but you'll talk about the super personal dream of your dead brother and his dreaming of his ghost
I'm
and his
really hurting.
corpse.
I'm really hurting.
God, I don't share anything on social media though. Everything's private. Like everything's private in my life. You guys, what are you talking about? I don't put this stuff out there on social
I
media,
just
my
want my brother
relationships and
back.
stuff. But here I am crying about my
I
brother,
keep
even
having
though we
these
were just talking
dreams.
about
It's
something
hard
completely
for me to
unrelated to him.
process with
We were
everything
talking about
that
having
is
a good
going
dream.
on.
Now all
I
of a
just
sudden
feel like
she's
I'm set up
ranting
for
about the work, like
disappointment
having kind of
because
alter
nothing
dreams
ever
for the
goes
worst dreams
right.
ever.
Every time I go to sleep,
Just turned on a dime. She talks about bipolar
and
for years, and
sometimes
she
I
has no
don't want
idea
to
what
go
it
to sleep
means. If she
because
does
I know when
that,
I go to
Sophia is someone whose mood and attitude shifts on at the snap of a fingers. Like she's a moody fuck. She's the one with like the borderline personality disorder and like narcissist, like
sleep,
all this
I'm
like
gonna have
shit
a
that
dream
causes
about him
bipolar.
being alive, and it's just gonna affect me. Because when I wake up,
Yeah,
I
so let
know
me
he's
talk
not
about
alive.
this a lot. A thing
It's
that's
hard
affected me
because
a
some
lot.
days I feel like I'm back in the car. And not to be upset and be
She
sad,
feels like
but
she's back
grief
in
is
the car,
hard,
you guys.
especially when you
She
see
still feels like that even after a year and a half and apparently tons of therapy sessions. She still feels like that.
someone die in front of you. Sorry, my nose thing came off. When you see someone die in front of
Of
you,
course, it's
it's very hard to process. I'm gonna
of
go
course
to
it
sleep
did.
and I'm gonna
As the
see him
videos
and
ended.
wake up and he's not here. I feel alone, even though I have
Of course, we
people
have to
around me.
end with her crying
I
about
feel alone.
something. She
His
was
birthday
unable
is
to
next month, and that's gonna
squirt
be
out a
hard.
single tear
I
about any of
can't
those other
process. It
topics. So
sucks.
she had
I
to fall
know. I'm
back on
just
the one
trying
she
to be
knew could
happy and
elicit
not
some tears from
think about
her
that.
brother. She's
But
already done
almost every
crying,
night,
by the way.
I'm
That lasted
having a
about
dream
20
about my brother
seconds.
being alive, and it affects me because
She did
he's
that
not
just for
here. And
attention.
I
Again,
wake
she's
up and
not.
or
She's
I have a
talking
dream where I'm
totally
happy, and
normal,
then I know that's not
as
gonna
if
be
she'd never,
real, and
like,
it's
as if
not
that didn't
gonna
even just happen. She's
exist. How
talking
do I? I
exactly
don't
like
even
real
know at
people.
this point. I really don't.
Also,
In
she
between
is.
that and
I
my
will say she is talking like really depressed and like really down and stuff. And again, I believe that she is because her life's a miserable black hole of toxicity. She has a miserable existence. Nothing good ever happens to her. Only bad things ever happen to her. She never tries to improve her station. She never tries to improve her situation. She's against going back to school. She's against getting any sort of jobbing education. She's against taking any sort of test for any sort of job. She believes that every job only exists to serve trillionaires and capitalism. She doesn't realize that there are government jobs that are not meant to generate income. She has essentially no family left. Her father's out of his mind. Her mother, she apparently wants nothing to do with because she's not even willing to go take a visit to her for $50. Still don't understand why you would have to go there and then get Marie to why you'd have to pay for three tickets there when she could go in one direction, you could go in another direction, meet each other in the middle, and then you both go back home. So instead of like the fucking six bus tickets you needed, you each only need two. But why? I mean, why figure any of this shit out? Why better yourself? Why look anything that you're saying up when you could be Sophia and you could sit your lazy ass in a shelter with the worst angle ever, the most unflattering t-shirt you could possibly fucking wear. This is like Christian levels of dressing yourself,
health problems.
where it looks like a
Yeah,
parent
stressing.
did it
Thank
for
you
you.
for the
This
rose.
is literally
I'll
like
try.
what, again,
Anyways,
I hate
guys,
bringing it
I
up, but
think
this is like what
now is
my
a good time to
toddler
resume to
niece, like what her, like what my, like what her parents would put on her. My niece. It's like
Before I
unbelievable.
fall asleep. So
It's
anyways, have
unbelievable.
a good day or night where you guys are. I will see you
Anyway,
guys
have a good
later.
day or night where
Don't
you guys are
forget to
off. See you guys later.
subscribe for more videos.
Take it easy, you guys. Except for all the negativity I just spewed out. I'm a super negative person and like a total asshole and a twat and a fucking lazy, gluttonous blob. And Tophia Archive, if you released a new video while I was doing this long ass one, I'm gonna, thank Christ. Yeah, I don't know if I call this manic energy, but she definitely was crashing out in this one. I'm sorry this is 2.5 hours long, guys. I wanted this to be 2 hours long, but that one topic about blood donation pissed me off, man. I probably paused for 10 minutes for that alone. That pissed me off a lot as someone who donates blood a lot. Like again, I'm pumped that I'm about to get my 5 gallon card. You guys have no idea because it takes literally years of 6 units a year to get there. Years. 6 units a year, 8 units to a gallon. So do the math for 5 gallons. 40 units for 5 gallons. You can only do six a year. The fastest you could do it is 6.5 years. So just to give you guys an idea, that's if you do six every year. And there have been years where I've only done four. So I've probably been working towards this. And I got my 1 gallon card. You get that after 8 units. So I've had my 1 gallon card now for a long time. And I'm pumped to finally be getting the 5 gallon gold card. You have no idea how pumped I am for that. The next time I can donate blood and then I can ask for a new card and they'll send me the fucking 10 gallon one, dude. I'm so pumped for that. And that's why her talking about that and selling plasma and all that shit and equating it to donating. Like she's donating it like it's getting used for people that need it in hospitals. Fuck you, Tophia. You're selling it. You don't sell plasma to burn victims, okay? You donate it. You don't sell plasma to people going into shock, okay? It's donations. You sell plasma to a private company, which is fine. It's yours to sell, but there's a reason we're not allowed to sell organs for the most part in this country. And there's a reason plasma is the only one that we're allowed to sell. And the reason is because it's the one that's least harmful to you. But if you're still going enough to generate $400 a month from plasma donations, you are not doing it right. Okay? I'm just gonna say it. Like, you're not doing it right. You're just not doing it right. So anyway, that's it, you guys. She really pissed me off in this one. I'm sorry, this is 40 minutes too long. I'm really on the fence about if they end up this long in the future, if I should split them or if I should keep them together. So if any of you guys have an opinion, like if you would have rather me have cut it off when I said earlier at the halfway-ish point, it was a little bit past, it's like at 50 minutes in her video. It was at the end of that chapter. So if you guys would have preferred me to split it instead of one long video, I will. But the ultimate goal really is one video just that isn't this long. Like I'm trying to get better like Vocal. Vocal has such a great like ratio in my opinion, and I keep saying the ratio of like 4 to 3, which means like for every 4 minutes of his video, there's 3 minutes of hers. So like if Tophia has a let's say 15-minute video, that means Vocal's video would be 20 minutes. Okay, that's his scale. That's the ratio he gives. For every 4 minute of his videos, there's about three of Tophia's. So it's about a 33% increase in the amount of time, which is reasonable for commentary. But right now, I'm hitting like a 2 to 1 or something like that. Here it was uh one. Let's see, her video was 125, so it would have been 3 hours long. So I'm under the 2 to 1, but I'm more like I don't know. I'd be more like 3 to 2 or something, like or something more, even like 5 to 2 or something like that. Anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. This again, I'm sorry this was long. It should have been a little bit shorter. There were two spots where I ranted for like 10 minutes a pop. That if I cut those out, this would have probably been the perfect amount of time. But fuck you, Tophia, for implying that you're donating plasma when you're selling it. Fuck you for implying that it's helping people aside from research. It's helping people with research. It's not helping save someone from a burn. So fuck you for implying that. And then the ending was just the icing on the cake where you give out dating and relationship advice despite being a person who claims to have never been in a relationship and who also claims to be a virgin. So a virgin, relationshipless female incel who is in heat is how Santoki might describe her. Anyway, that's it, you guys. Fuck you, Tophia. You pissed me off in this one again. it's like somehow I always have the time like going like the time usually doesn't start out for me on my intro is a little bit too long. I pause a little bit too much early, and then I'll get a good rhythm going, and then she'll say some shit that just pisses me off so bad that I have to stop and talk about it again. And it's just like when it's something big like that, it's like, man, fuck you, okay? Like, fuck you talking about donating blood and blood returns and like you know what a fucking you don't even know the word apheresis. You don't know what you didn't even know what the word for the thing that spins it and separates it. It's called a centrifuge, Sophia. I mean, Jesus Christ, you guys, what are we even talking about anymore? She doesn't even know this type, but she doesn't know what a fuck. So she, please, someone, for the love of God, if you watch this video, please tell me if she has a high school education or a GED. I have to fucking know. I need to know, you guys. Please tell me. Vocal, I'm gonna ask you if you know. I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna fucking message you and pray that you know the answer. There's no fucking way this chick has a GED or a high school diploma. There's no way. And when she talked about flunking out of college classes, she said that made her fail high school, not college. So again, my theory was she was taking high school classes out of college because, like she said, she got bullied, which is why she did stuff online. And so she took classes at the college because she was getting bullied. Wonder why you're getting bullied, Tophia? Maybe because you're a weird asshole. And not just because you're weird. I'm friends with weird people. I was fucking weirdo to some people, you know? I was a nerd, you know, like whatever. It's because you're a fucking loser. And sorry, the ending just got cut off there. I guess this is it. Yeah, that's it, you guys. She's just like a loser asshole. So that's really it, Tophia. That's it. Goodbye. Have a good one, you guys. Fuck you, Tophia.